Right. Welcome again to Savage Tales from a Savage World. Sprawlrunners. Just waiting for the characters to sort themselves out, and we'll get going. Oh, pardon me. Literally had wolf down lunch. Been running late today, so I'm a little worse for eating too fast. Looks like we've got the standard lineup. They're just connecting now. Missing one at the moment, but we'll get going. As we left them last week, they were fighting for their very lives in the badly drawn map, deep underground bunker of Gaiatech, with a bunch of eco-terrorists bursting into the scene just after they'd cleanly achieved their mission. Will they escape? I hope so, otherwise it's going to be a very short session, as we'll join them now. Hello, one and all. Let's. We seem to be missing Babby Man, but we'll push on regardless.
Good morning, everybody. Or hello.
Hello.
Morning.
Morning / afternoon / evening, depending where you are in the world.
That's right.
Still on the morning coffee.
Right. Well, if you remember.
Thanks again for yesterday. That was the first time I played that Deadlands. That was a kick.
Oh no, that's absolutely fine. As I say, I did. Yeah, I'm glad you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was.
Thank you. Yeah, I was saying earlier. I missed an opportunity to tell Samuel thank you for catching that boomerang for me.
You've done a real good job of the map. You've updated it. It's brilliant. I must have spent weeks at that.
Actually, funny enough, I did start trying to draw one earlier and then realised that I just
can't be bothered.
No, I just thought.
It doesn't matter really, does it?
No. But basically, it's basically, unfortunately, what's happened is something's gone very wrong. You've probably all taken too many of Babby Man's drugs, and you've basically fallen through a portal into Stick World, and obviously that's the problem at the moment. You see, you're being attacked by animated letter M's and corridors, and in a world of pure monochrome and 2 dimensions. It's quite scary stuff, really. But anyway, that's by the by.
We're being attacked by M&Ms? Oh no!
You need to get out of the Tesseract, yeah.
I must admit, way back when I started playing Fantasy Grounds games, combat, what it used to do was when someone died, obviously I'd turn them upside down, because sometimes you wanted to know where they were on the map. So yeah, once you defeated them, I'd turn them upside down, and which was fine until one day when they were fighting someone who I'd put as the letter O, and they were going, he's not going to die, is he? And also, like the M's and the W's, like, oh god, when we kill M, he'll just turn into a W and come back and fight us again. But that was long before
a walker.
Exactly, that was exactly a walker. That was long before the blood splats, but or defeated markers, as we should call them. Oh yes, that's good. Animator versus animation. Though some of those old Stick Mine things are really good. I remember those. But anyway,
He's still doing them.
They were just awesome. I mean, they were so well done. I haven't watched them in years. Looks like Babby Man's joined us on Fantasy Grounds, but he hasn't popped into Discord yet. He did point out the other week that because he started late, and also we had Donahue arrive last week. I'm just waiting for him to get into Discord so we can hear it. He's finding it hard to keep track of who is who and who does what. So I think we probably ought to have another round of player introductions, even though we're in the middle of a fight. But I think we'll finish the fight because he's not here at the moment, and then we'll sort of get you back to base, and you can settle down and have a chat afterwards. And I think that's when we'll just go round the table, as it were, just to refresh everyone's memory. In the meantime, I do believe I reset your bennies and your adventure cards last week, and we're about to hit combat round 3. So we'll see what happens. And Babby Man's going to go first, but he's not in yet, so I'll just pop Babby Man on hold and say it's Waif's go.
Waif is gonna step out here to the corridor She's going to spot the guy coming. She's going to shoot him. Or try to.
Okay.
Hopefully no critical fails there.
Well, there's no stress tags to worry about.
Well, it's more like accidentally hitting one of my pals. And then I'm going to dodge to the other side so that if they keep coming, they'll be caught in a crossfire.
Okay, sounds good to me. Okay, you open fire and you shake the guy. Obviously, he's he's saved by his body armor. Well, they're not wearing body armor, but it's a very close miss. It's enough to put the guy on
Here,
the defensive. Indeed.
probably partly deaf now.
That brings us to Pow Pow, and I'm at a loss to... Oh, you get extra point of strength, do you, if you get the raise? Okay. I'll just...
Yeah, if I get his strength goes up, right? What it makes a great deal of difference. It's not a fantastic bonus.
There you go. All four are in there, so you should be able to shortcut them down for yourself. Okay.
Yeah, this shot. I'm carrying the wrong gear for this mission because it's all gone Pete Tongue, people. It's all changed.
Well, indeed.
Miss. I'm not going to Benny that either. I'm just going to.
Okay. Far way down the other end of the corridor, you see this eco-terrorist sort of basically. He's trying to take a shot, but he's got his friends blocking the view down the corridor. But even with these people moving in and out and the flash of gunfire and everything else, you do see him suddenly sort of turn around and look behind him, and he seems to basically he yells in a panicked way, and you see him just firing rapidly back down the corridor. You're not sure what he's shooting at, but he definitely seems to be firing at something coming towards him.
Who's doing this?
Number 14, way back down the other end of the corridor. At that
I
point,
can't see him.
Is he shooting away from everybody?
yep. At that point, you realise what he's shooting with this very larger than a normal wolf appears. It seems to be sort of augmented and seems to have sort of cybernetic parts as it literally comes belting down the corridor and leaps up at him.
Those are the things we fought when we first went over the fence, aren't they?
These ones look a lot bigger. And I did it the wrong way round, so I'm just going to have to retcon the fact that I managed to roll the damage before I did the attack. But once I get that in, yeah, there we go. Basically, this is basically the size of one of the direwolves out of when the Game of Thrones size. It's a huge thing. It's just almost big as him. It literally just pounds him to the ground and literally just bites his head off.
It's like a small horse, yeah.
Yeah, basically. And literally just tears the guy apart.
Big puppy.
Okay, this eco-terrorist is going to come. Hearing cries of panic and everything, he's going to. He actually might run. Actually. Oh, look at that! He got a whole extra inch of movement. There. And.
Hello, sorry for being late.
That's absolutely okay. You're on hold at the moment, Mister.
For a wizard, you arrive exactly when you mean to arrive.
Exactly.
How do I mean, I don't have the... Well, yeah, thank you. That was 1 out of 2, and then combat tracker, exactly. Thank you.
Yep, that's absolutely fine. So it just popped you on hold at the moment, but you can always... I'll make sure you get a chance to do something before the end of the round, and if you want to interact at any time, let us know. Basically speaking, you're still down in that room you were searching in, and basically there's gunfire explosions and death screams coming from down the corridor. Merlin.
Okay, well, there's a lot more of these boomsticks going off than Merlin is happy with, and now he's also hearing some sort of strange beastie down there. So it is time to cast Magic Weapon on Aki and myself's weapons.
Okay.
And you know what? I think I'm going to Benny it to see if I can get that raise. Oh, twice.
I'll spend a Benny. You can have one of my Bennies and try it again. Come on.
You got common bond? Can you need common bond to give people bennies?
You can't give Bennies to people.
It's an edge. It's an edge.
No, I haven't got that. Then I can't do that. It's terrible.
Yeah. Okay. So just a regular magic weapon smite on both of our weapons.
On yourself and who was? Sorry, that you distorted there. Aki. Sorry, thank you.
Right across the hall from me, Aki. Yeah, he's the only one that I can see in range. So.
Oh, of course you're down there. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong characters. Beulah.
Okay, the tracker closed on me, but
Top next to it's at the top.
Only
top button.
no, it is. Well, it will be in a second. I'll give you guys control over the tracker when I remember where it is. Host controls combat tracker off, so you can turn it on and off to your heart's content.
that is awesome. Thank you. And then I don't mean to be on top of Waif there. I'm just trying to not.
You just no, it makes sense. The two of you are just crammed into that corridor out of the line of fire.
Shoot yet, and still hoping we can get out of this without killing people. But
We've blown up a couple of people with grenade damage.
We're already past that.
We've already passed that point. Yeah, there's people dead. These
Wait,
are bad guys.
No.
They're
They're the ones
gunners.
killing people. Remember that.
Yeah.
Telling people that we were careful not to.
Yes. Basically, they've killed the people you took pains not to kill. They've already killed them. Basically.
Killed the unconscious guard. These are scumbags. They all got to die.
Okay. Well, Queeg seems to be standing out in the open, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to shoot Queeg.
Shaking, isn't he?
He is, but it's a miss. Obviously, this guy. What happens there is the guy's actually taking aim at Queeg, and then suddenly hears the guy behind him get shot. He glances behind him, sees what's coming, and then basically panics, fires at Queeg, and then starts moving down the corridor as fast as he can.
I thought he hit that one scrap of work still in my hand.
Yes. Oh, yes. Of course. I forgot you're using an orc as a shield, weren't you? Okay, that guy there is Shaker, but he's actually. That's an interesting question. Which way would you run? Let's see.
It's your allies, isn't it?
Well, towards the big scary thing that's coming towards you, or he's going to go that way. He's going to hide from you guys out in the corner there. And where's this dude here is going to basically he's going to come down here, he's going to get to there, he's going to peek his head round the corner, see what's coming and take a pot shot at it. Which he misses but doesn't critically fail. That's when you hear the second growl coming down the corridor.
I could take a turn at some point.
You can certainly do that, yep. Let me get this one dealt with. I think I will spend a Benny on that. Just the one. Oh dear. Okay. You can come off hold. Yes, certainly. What do you wish to do, Mr. Babby Man?
He's definitely gonna wanna walk towards the people here, and it's 6. So with 6 he gets basically
so the wolves are attacking the terrorists, right?
I get the impression they'll probably at the moment because they're closer. I suspect.
Well, no, that's good. There's
I
nothing
don't
wrong with
really-
letting them.
Yeah, and I see Quick. So I will try to get to Quick. Is there a button for running, or do I just roll D6?
There is a button for running. If you look bottom left corner, there's a run button. Yep.
Oh, okay. So 2.
2 more inches. Yep, no problem at all.
Yeah, so I get to Quick.
Yes.
I will start to talk to Quick non-game mechanically. When I see him, has he fallen down, or is he just standing there, bleeding, spraying the walls?
He is injured. He's sort of basically he was holding an Orc security guard as a body shield in front of him. Unfortunately, that Orc security guard got a bit perforated. So Queek's probably sort of leaning against the wall, trying to bite back the
Make
pain.
himself small.
Yeah.
So Bobby Man will go to him and say, "Worry not, man. Bobby Man is here." And then moving on to the next one.
Go on, make a persuasion check. I'll make it a support roll for his recover from shaken. Okay, doesn't matter. I would you don't need to spend a penny on it. It was just if it worked, it would give him a bonus. It's absolutely fine.
Persuasion. I have for persuasion. I have actually reroll.
A free reroll. Go for it.
Reroll.
Yeah, go for it. Yes, you do. It didn't come in the window, so you're okay. You get to do it again.
Okay.
If I can't see it, I can't say it fails. No. Oh yes. Go for it. I know it isn't really, but I'm gonna give it anyway.
No. It doesn't have the -2 from run.
I know, but I'm going to be nice.
Okay.
Just this once. Aki, you recover from being shaken.
I'm going to stick my head around the corner and
Yeah.
with the gun as well and shoot this mofo.
Okay, go for it. You can step out, shoot, and step back, no problem at all. That's a hit.
What I'm good for.
That's a wound. This
Wound.
Mother Earth eco-terrorist goes down. He may well survive the fight, but we should. Oops, sorry. Do you wish to do anything else? I moved it. I did it again. I'm sorry.
But I'm done. Yeah, I didn't need to move anywhere. We just got to, unless we need to, we make a run for it. But I have to consult with Merlin about that.
Mr.
We might want to run back to our buddies, innit? Since
Yeah. Mage stays in the back, so you go ahead and make your run if that's what you're going to do. I'll follow you.
I got your back. Famous one.
I'll wait for now.
I'm going to see if I can hack these things since they're cybernetic.
You can the best. Yes, well, as I say, the best you could do is sort of basically perform a test on them, as it were. So using your hacking to interfere with them to make them distracted or vulnerable. Yes.
That works. Well, I'm testing to see if it's even possible. That's what I'm doing this round, is to find out whether I can even try.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Are you okay? What I will say is it's going to be either. I'm going to say it's their vigor. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Okay, you got. Right, hang on. You got a raise on that. So, do you want to make him distracted or vulnerable? As you do find you do find a means to you do find something you can fiddle around with, so you can either sort of you can distract him or make him vulnerable.
In all honesty, since they are not attacking us, not really. I just wanted to see if I could or not. I'll save.
Yeah.
Which one did I access? The front one?
Yeah, no, it's literally basically you'll treat it like the idea is you'll target them and make a hacking roll, and we'll treat it like a test, like any other skill. You're just trying to fiddle around. You're trying to interfere with the cybernetics. Does mean, of course, if you have cybernetics, other people can do it to you as well. But I decided the easiest way to do that was just to make it another form of test. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Queeg.
I'll just save it. I'll basically support myself later when they come after us.
Yep. Queeg, Babby Man sort of basically sort of standing there with you saying, oh, he's with you, does lift your spirits. Not not that you actually needed it, but it negated the wound penalty, so you do sort of recover your wits and unshake.
Yeah, I think Quig will yell, "Go home," and run.
Go for it. Nine. Everyone is going to be bouncing all over the place. It doesn't have to take a while for the numbers to appear lately, doesn't it?
I had to scroll down to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to move the map before it appeared. Okay. Do you want to do anything when you get there? If not, just end your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end my turn. I
Be my
don't think
guest.
I can reach anybody even with this long broom.
No, I don't think you can. Fancy guns, I'd have a bit of a freeze on me there. Okay, Queek, you've got the Joker and you get to go first. Don't forget, guys, if you want to try and get a better card, all you need to do is drop a Benny on your card. You only need to tell me that you've done it if it means you've suddenly jumped above where we are on the combat tracker. And don't forget, you can do it at any time. You can always spend bennies at any time. So don't forget you've got adventure cards. They may be useful, they may be useless this week. Who knows? But anyway, Queeg, over to you. As you run down the
I
corridor.
would like to go on hold and make sure people can get to me or I can protect them if they get past me.
Okie dokie. You go on hold. That brings us to Aki on the Ace of Clubs. No, it's basically there's a room off. There's dead end. There's rooms that dead end off each of these corridors. I just didn't bother drawing them. But I can. Yeah, so
Can I run and be defensive at the same time?
Like that, basically. Can you run and be defensive at the same time?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Yes, you can. Logically, I suppose you can. Yes. I was going to check.
You just can't take any other action and be defensive. And since running is not an action, yes, you can.
Running is
how do
not
I
an
go
action, is it? It
defensive
just
mode
adds, running is not an action. It just does cause a multi-action penalty, even though it's not an action. It's a strange one, isn't it?
Well, yeah, no, it's fair enough. If you're running, you're going to be slightly better or worse at unless you're trying to dive bomb onto someone, and that requires you to be running fast. Everything else will be off on it.
Yeah.
If you focus on defend, you get a +4 to your parry.
Yes.
The entire
Yeah.
turn.
It's factored in as an effect. I can just pop it in a second.
I'm going to peg it. I'm going to try and team up with the rest of the group. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell Merlin that's what I'm doing, and
Go for it. Make your running roll.
it's a rubbish running roll. You said I can spend a penny on it, didn't you?
Not according to the rules, but according to me, anything to let players spend their bennies, yes. So yes, of course you can.
That's better.
That is not bad. And you are defending yourself. There we go.
Ah, well, I'm right there next to him as well. So yeah, okay. I'm defending.
Yep. Defense is
Saying
good.
the world.
Defense is
Taken
good
anyway,
against-
he's not going to do nothing. But yeah.
Yeah. I think that. I think all I'm doing here is making the map look worse. I'm going to stop there. With those very dodgy shaped rooms. But like I say,
They're beautifully shaped rooms. Spent ages architecting that one out. I can tell.
Bobby Man smoke.
Dungeon Draft. Use Dungeon Draft. You need some textures for Dungeon Draft because I've got loads you can have. I'll just send you the big file.
No, those are perfectly square rooms. It's Bobby Man Smoke that has us all.
Yeah. It's really good weed.
it is. Actually, Donahue's still feeling the effects of Batman Smoke. He's still got +1 toughness. Okay. This enhanced wolf sees something moving and decides it's time to play chase.
Bloody wolf can see round corners.
Well, you did dart through the. Yeah, I mean the map's not exactly drawn right, but it can set. It can. Maybe it's got. Well, it is. It's.
Don't worry about it.
Maybe it's cybernetic. It's cybernetically enhanced. Who knows what it can do?
It could smell him. Wolves have.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it comes bounding up behind you and snaps at you. You just your sheer probably terror gives you the reactions to evade the attack. Beulah.
Just a heads up, as I don't really remember rules so well, so I read what defense says, and it says that you may move normally, but you may not run.
Okay, well, we'll know that in future. Thank you. I didn't think you could, and thank you for finding it.
Ran, and then when I got there, I defended. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think you could run and defend, but I'll allow it the once because I couldn't find a rule to say you couldn't, and I'll give Babby Man a Benny for helping out with the rules. Thank you.
Someone should have done that on the Fantasy Grounds stream the other day.
Yeah, do that.
And Dave was going, yes, it's -2 for the second action and -4 for the third action. No, it's not. It's -4 for all of them.
Yep. Actually, it was weird watching that. Not weird watching them play Savage Worlds. But used to that. It was the first time I've watched them playing Savage Worlds using a rule set that I created. Because they're doing
It's a good rule set. I've started playing it. I'm streaming it on Wednesday. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Beulah comes charging in and attacks the Eco-Terrorist with his Shock Club, getting the raise, which means Eco-Terrorist has to make a Vigor roll at -2 or be stunned.
With a raise, too?
Yeah, it's the -2 because you got the raise.
I thought it was -2 because it was the Shock Club.
I don't
It's
know.
okay. He failed.
Down he goes.
Can you just rules explain that so he doesn't, because I was running, he didn't get the -2 for normal?
No. I but the stun. I think I was treating it as the stun power, which is a vigor check -2.
-2,
If
right?
you get
So
the
what
raise.
about the raise? What is that?
No, it's -2 on the raise. A successful
So it'd be
casting.
-4 total.
No, a successful casting means the victim must make a vigor roll at -2 with a raise. So it's just a vigor check or vigor check at -2 if you get hit with a raise.
If you get a raise, it's -2. Otherwise, it's just a vigor check.
Yeah.
But we've been playing that the stun club, the Shock Club, is -2 no matter what.
Well, that's probably because you've been hitting him with a raise all the time.
Fair enough. Okay.
And if you haven't,
It's just the way it's worded in the brackets, isn't it? -2 if you get a raise is what it says.
And if you
get a raise, it's -2.
So if you haven't been getting the raise, I haven't noticed, and therefore been cutting you some slack.
Okay, yeah, no, because I could have sworn you'd been rolling that vigor check -2 because it's the Shock Club.
It could well be. It could well be.
Some items do actually work that way, yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and I was just asking because I had never hit with a raise before, if the raise pushed that to a -4 vigor roll, or if it was just they don't stack.
I don't know is the honest answer there. Thinking about it.
And I don't mean
the answer is the -2 if you get a raise, and if not, otherwise it's just a vigor check. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't do any. It doesn't have any dice of damage. It doesn't roll any dice of damage. So you can't get a +1 d6.
Yeah.
So
Raise
the
is
only
just
other
mechanical thing, isn't it?
bonus is the -2.
Right, that's what I was asking. Was does the -2?
So
stack?
I think the easiest thing to say is it's always a -2, but I think there's unfortunately no benefit for getting a raise with it. Is probably the way to go.
Okay, fair enough. I passed my turn. I just want as someone that's sort of newer to the game, I was wondering.
No, it's a perfectly valid question.
It's a -2 if you get a raise. Otherwise, it's the standard vigor roll. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good question, very good question, because it's a spell effect applied to an item, so it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Right, and the thing is that I was gonna not argue, but my point was that we've been playing that every time that thing hits,
it's been -2, which is probably because
the
that's
vigor
how I
roll
read
is
it.
a -2 as a virtue of the weapon itself.
Yeah.
Probably because you actually with spells you only have to hit target 4. With using that stun baton, you have to hit their parry. So it's actually harder to pick off with a stun baton.
Fair enough.
Here it is. It's a stun gun. Okay, that's what I based it on. The stun gun It just took me a while to find the blimmin' thing. Yeah, victims make a vigor roll -2 or be stunned. So there is no benefit, unfortunately, if you get the raise. It's always -2.
And it doesn't stack to make it a -4 or something.
There's nothing in the rules to say it does, if that makes sense. So.
No, that's fine. That's why I was asking.
It's a very good question, though. Maybe we should. Maybe that's one I'll ask.
Yeah, it should be brought up, but I think, with a raise, I would look at that as either hitting pure flesh or a very thin piece of armor.
Well, I mean, let's put it like this.
Yeah.
I am quite happy to house rule it, because don't forget, anything you guys do, I will end up using against you. So there will be times where you will run into guys using shots.
Vigor, if they get a raise, it's -2. Otherwise, it's not, which is what the rules say. It's simple, isn't it?
Yeah, or the other option is I don't mind doubling
complicated.
up. I don't mind doubling it up to -4. It just means I get to hit you with it at some point.
No, we're happy with the rules as they stand. Okay.
Merlin.
Just remember, Savage Worlds is super flat, so don't stack bonuses. It ain't D&D.
I know.
I guess the other question would be if you're using stun, they're usually touch attacks as well.
Well, stun guns are actually tasers, but they're not using the brand name.
Sorry, stun sticks. The stun sticks.
Yeah, shot clubs. Yeah, yes, exactly. So anyway, on with Merlin. We're going to leave it at -2 for now, as a flat -2, and that brings us to Mr. Merlin. No. It's an interesting one. It's a good question. It should be asked. Okay, Merlin, as you stare down these weird black and white corridors of two-dimensionalness, what do you wish to do?
Okay, I think I am going to run as well.
Yep. You can certainly move faster than those dwarfs' legs can take you. As you go past the lifts, which are those two U shapes there, you can see that the lifts are obviously there. The doors have been wedged open, and you can see ropes hanging down into the. Well, they actually blew the tops off the lifts off. Well, cut the lifts. They cut the roofs of the lifts open because I said there was an escape hatch, because I remember someone asked me, and you can see ropes hanging down. So it looks like the only way you're going to get out is climbing. As you run by, you notice that. You notice it done slightly quicker than it took me to explain it, because I got my tongue tied. When you reach there,
then I'm going to shoot the wolf.
Okie dokie, go for it. You missed by 1. Do you wish to spend a penny?
Yeah, I missed because of the run, so I'm going to let that happen.
That's what I figured, yep. And Mr. Babyman.
Okay, Babyman will want to run, try to catch Quick, which will not gonna happen. But he basically comes next to Quick, Quick then runs away, and it's like, I'm not running away, man. Babyman's words are magical and protect you, but in order to heal you, Babyman needs to touch you.
I forgot you.
I would like to do a multi-action. No, it's not a multi-action with run, but I would like to run and do an action.
That isn't a multi-action. It does apply a multi-action penalty.
No, it is still
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, no, it applies a running penalty, not a multi-action penalty, we should say.
So I will go 7, and then I would like to try to boost Quick's confidence that he has some kind of magical Babyman shield.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. So you, Quig, you are still on hold with the Joker, so don't forget you can go at any time.
Yep.
You've got the Joker bonus, and you've also got a +1 on your first trait roll as Babyman's trying to catch up with you and heal your wounds, but you keep, at the same time he's trying to heal you, but at the same time, because he can't catch you, you're finding it slightly amusing, and it's obviously giving you some confidence. Okay, this augmented wolf here is going to, I think it's going to multi-action actually. It's going to bite the guy that's right in front of him. Missing, so I might spend a penny on that. Every time I spend one of these pennies, you guys should be happy.
Is there an animal handling type roll that we could make?
There is a Beastmaster edge, yes. But it's an actual edge. Well, you could try. You can. I would say it's intimidate or persuasion. Okay, it finishes eating that chap and comes charging up to attack Merlin. Just wondering if anyone wants to interrupt me before.
Yes, I would like to.
I thought you might. I'll take you off hold.
But technically, shouldn't we have an agilities test for that?
You have the Joker. You can interrupt at any time. You can because you have the Joker. You
just on a normal hold, you have to do that.
Yeah, but if you hold when on a Joker, you automatically win the interrupt. That's the perk of having the Joker on top of everything else.
Now they're focused on Aki and Merlin. Am I able to move between them?
Oh yes. You can get to there, no problem at all.
I think that puts me. I wanted to go past.
Oh, I know what you wanted to do. You can get to there, in theory.
Yeah, exactly. Then I can sweep.
Yeah, for a bit of metagaming movement there.
Quig is big, and he's not very bright, but he's not dumb.
Exactly. Right, you've targeted both the wolves. So I've targeted them for you, so make that sweep. Oh, don't forget you're getting a +1 on top of this. If you didn't put it in on, I'll pop it in.
Yeah, I forgot to put that one in, but that's still hit with a raise,
Yeah, it doesn't make any difference, but just for pure... Yeah, you got 16 on both of those. Okay, one of the wolves takes 2 wounds and goes down. And you want to roll for the second one? And the second wolf takes 3 wounds and goes down. Yeah, they didn't last very long. I didn't expect them to, but there we go. Basically, from Merlin's perspective, you see this wolf lunging up at you, and then Quig literally just smacks it down into the ground incredibly hard.
Thanks, Quig.
And it doesn't move again.
No problem. Now, do I need to... I don't need to end turn then.
No, because you interrupted.
Could test the rope, Quig, and see if the rope's strong enough to hold you.
Well, barbarians are good at smashing, so what do you expect?
Okay, Eco-Terrorist number 9 is going to step forwards to about there. And he's going to shoot Merlin. Because he's not a nice fellow. But he misses. Eco-Terrorist number 10 is going to step to there. And he's going to shoot Merlin. Because he's not very nice.
I think this is about the time Bobby Man needs to tell them they're not very bright if they're going to keep doing that.
Well, I'm ruling it's almost. Oh dear! I'm ruling it almost at the same time as wolves, as you're running in and killing the wolves. They're going to shoot. They're going to shoot the guy that they're going to shoot the humans. Because as it were, the wolves are distracted.
The wolves that took down 2-3 of their members real quick.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then got swatted by me.
Exactly.
In one play. Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm afraid Merlin. One of the shots looks like it may well be inconveniencing you, unless you want to try and soak it. Have we?
Merlin.
I We lost Merlin. I think we lost Merlin.
Maybe he went invisible.
Seeing him on the background.
I think he's. I can see. He's still connected, but I think we've lost his voice.
He just soaked.
Soaked it.
He did indeed. Nicely done. There's that eerie quietness, isn't it? It's really strange. This eco-terrorist is basically going to stand defiantly in front of the lift. And he looks like he's going to shoot Queeg, so I'm going to shoot Queeg with him. And he misses, possibly because he can't believe that what Queeg just managed to do. This eco-terrorist is going to just remain lying on the floor, drooling slightly. Waif.
Gonna move up. I can move past Baba when I get to theirs. How many is that? I'm gonna have to do a run.
That's 8. That 5 turned into a 1 just to spite you. Oh.
And I see the other guy, so I have no line of fire on anybody from here.
You can see him.
And I will shoot him.
Right between the eyeballs.
Wow.
I'm standing next to Bobby Man. I'm probably a little,
You hit him.
Ooh.
right between the eyeballs.
I think so. Down he goes.
Right
Hard.
between the eyeballs.
That brings us to Donahue.
I'll move down to the corner and take some cover.
I would indeed. Well, you're. Let's see if you can reach the next corner. I think I made it. Yeah. 6 inches. Yep, you can get to there. No problem at all. Without running. Do you wish to perform any violence?
I think I will. I'm looking to see if either of them are injured. 7's shaking.
7's lying on the floor. So ironically, he'll be a bit harder to hit than the other 2.
Okay. I'll just take a shot at the closest one.
Go for it.
So you got any look like weak spots in the armor or anything?
Not really. He's just wearing. He's not really wearing any armor. He's just sort of wearing sort of fatigues and a leather jacket.
Okay.
So just take a standard shot at him. I would. Just needing a 4 to hit, which looks like you got. Yep, you got a 6. Roll that damage. You shake him. You basically, your shot doesn't connect, but it's enough to actually sort of scare him and make him take pause.
I think I'll Benny that.
Okay.
That's better.
That is better. Yeah, that will take him out regardless of whether he's shaken or not. Yeah. I just unshook the wrong guy, didn't I? There we go. And blimmin' heck, he's actually going to survive the fight. Not that it really matters, but there was a
Become a blood splat.
Yeah, he's become a blood splat, but he will survive the fight. And after Donahue ends his turn, that brings us to Pow Pow. But, I shall manually move it in.
Yeah. Pow will watch the run.
Oh, you catch up with Babby Man.
Yeah, there's only one left. Enough.
Well, for all intents and purposes, yes. The other one's on the floor drooling. Okie dokie. Merlin, you're going first on the Ace of Diamonds. I can see him in the chat. So we're having mic issues. Magic bolt. Ooh, magic missile. Here it comes. Oh, magic. He fires a magic missile straight out, and it shakes him unless he wants to reroll the damage. If you want to reroll the damage, you get the by all means. If you don't, just I'll apply that. Oh, he's re-rolling the damage. Okay, we'll take the shaken. Yeah, no worries. I have to move it back up just to save me. And he's going to remain shaken from that magic missile. That brings us to Donahue.
They both look to be injured and down.
Well, one's stunned and shaken, the other's shaken.
I'm going to the dogs and see if there's anything worthwhile to pull out of the bodies.
Oh, yeah. Go for it. Make a notice check. See if you can find anything interesting. Okay, I think we can safely say you might find some interesting bits of technology you may or may not find useful at a later date.
Good enough for me.
So leaving Donahue up to inserting his arms into the innards of the wolves, playing around with bits, we get to Babaman.
We continue to run.
Okay. Getting out does seem to be a good idea. I'm sure by now alarms are going off and you want to leave sooner rather than later.
I managed to catch him. Woohoo!
You catch
so then
him.
I will cast a spell.
Go for it.
Gotta catch them all. I'm gonna do here.
Yep. Just make that healing roll.
Quite awful. I will try to do something about it.
That looks good. That looks good. So, yep. Do you have any sort of visual trappings when you heal people, other than obviously?
Right. I hadn't thought about it.
Doesn't matter. It's just this is your chance to.
But basically, all of it happens through the spirits. So it is the spirits kind of like gather around quick.
Yeah.
They kind of like just flash quickly around quick. So they're not long. They're visible and providing kind of like medical services, like putting on stitches and putting on bandages and like putting on what are they?
I know
ointments and whatever.
Yeah. So basically, Barry Man's got his own flotilla of Walt Disney style animated characters to fly in, help you, and then fly out again, but they're spirits instead. I like it. I do like the visual of that. You can see them all rushing round Quig and patching him up, and then fading out into disappearing again. And you feel a bit better for it, Quig, at the end of that.
Thank you, Bobby Man.
That brings us to Waif.
Waif is going to step up one.
Okay.
And we've only got one left, but she's already decided we're not leaving anybody alive who can describe us.
Okay. Well, that's going to hurt, I suspect, when you roll the damage. 3 wounds. Nearly as good as yesterday. Nearly as good as yesterday, where you're consistently doing 4.
And then I'm going to move up to the first elevator.
Okie dokie. That brings us to Pow Pow.
Look, one drilling in the corner at the minute.
There is one drilling in the corner, but he might not get up.
Right, I suggest everybody just get in the lift and let's get the flock out of here.
Okie doke.
I don't know if you want to keep the wind, well,
Queeg.
Everybody's good. We're getting out of here.
Yep, you can see some ropes dangling. Yeah.
Yep.
You can,
Then I guess we start climbing.
indeed. So just get into the lift and make an athletics check. It's a long way up, but you'll be fine. Yeah, you're fine. Queeg is the first to successfully climb up the lift shaft and away from the complex.
Make sure nothing attacks us while we're all on the rope and vulnerable.
Yep. So this eco-terrorist here is actually sort of basically does actually finally well, he's actually still shaken, but he's still stunned. So he's literally still on the floor, but he's no longer stunned. He is basically recovering from when Beulah zapped him. Beulah.
Okay. Well, this guy's stunned. Are we going to talk to him, or are we going to get the hell out of here? Beulah's looking at the party and asking.
Yeah, feel free to talk to him. I got that other wolf to scavenge.
Well, I mean, we've done our job. Do we want to beat feet and run, or?
It's a safe bet if they're being explosive alarms have been sounded. Because you got in stealthily, these guys didn't.
we just need to run. We don't need, you can't tell us anything.
All right, well then, I guess Beulah's going to look at the party and say, let's, what did one shepherd say to the other?
Indeed. So you can make it to the lift from there and just you just need to make an athletics check to start climbing the ropes they left behind.
Sorry, it wasn't showing on my mini.
That's good. No problem.
That's Benny.
Be my guest. They do have climbing stuff, so you're not really going to fall once you're up it. It's just you're failing to attack. Don't worry, you can try next round. You don't have to keep Bennying this round. There we go.
There we go. Yeah. Well, but he's the driver. He wants to get up and get everything rolling, so
that's okay. So you basically you start climbing up the rope behind Queeg and make your way to the surface, which obviously we still have a map for, but I won't worry too much about unless something goes horribly wrong. Aki.
And I would have passed turn, but you did it for me.
I did, sorry. Only because you're off the map, otherwise I wouldn't have done it.
Climbing up that rope.
No, man. It's your game. Do what you gotta do.
No, I've got to get in the habit of not ending turns. It mucks certain things up.
No, man. You do you. You're the DM. Don't worry about it.
Mr. Aki, sir. Make your athletics checks to climb up the rope.
Athletics, is it?
It is athletics to climb up the rope.
I'm going to spend a penny on that because that's terrible. Better.
That's okay.
It's much better.
A little bit better, yeah. Will you stop rolling that thing?
I'm through the roof and now I've landed. I'm back at the base. I'm back in town. You got no.
That's what active work will encounter.
Okay, so I'm not going to worry too much. Well, actually, I am going to treat it into combat rounds because there is a guy left, and if he does wake up, he will potentially. Although Queeg's technically should be on hold, and Beulah's technically should be on hold, and Aki technically should be on hold. But I'm just doing it to give people a chance to get some extra bennies. Merlin.
Okay, well, Merlin doesn't like this guy. He did strange and nasty things to unarmed or unconscious guards, so Merlin's going to start by stepping over here and stabbing him with his sword.
Go for it.
Thank you. Leave no witnesses.
Yep, you basically stab him good by the look of things. Down he goes, yep.
Okay, and if I remember correctly, there were some guards up that direction who were not killed because we were between these
Yes, I think
violent
you're.
terrorists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they incapacitated
Okay.
them, but just
Yeah.
knocked them
So
out.
I am now going to start walking up the hall that way.
Okay. That brings us to Pow Pow.
Pow, 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 pow.
This way, I'm going to need the other map.
Pow Pow's going to Benny, that. I'm just waiting for somebody to correctly feel that. Kind of funny thing it's going to be me.
Broke the rope.
Right, I'm out.
Did you? Oh, you're out as well, are you?
I'm trying to get up the rope.
Okie dokie. That brings Pow Pow and Beulah
Good Kenny, there he is, still waiting for me.
and Aki. I'm only going to put you up there because obviously that may decide whether you have to come back down or not, obviously. Especially if people are hanging around. So, Aki, you get to the top.
Okay.
And obviously, you climb out. You get to the top of the lift shaft and you basically get yourself... and actually, I'll do the same with Queeg and Beulah, actually. So, Beulah, Aki and Queeg... all of you have got to the top. You can all just move.
Seems to be stuck in the door.
Is it? I'll try that. Must have closed the doors when you closed the map. That's interesting. It seems to be quiet up there at the moment. I'm going to come back down to.
Is that an S?
The S was some. I think it was Pow Pow's spirit. It's probably
Okay.
long gone.
No, it's not a threat.
No, it's what
No,
I
it's not. It's still sitting there.
So people are climbing out.
People are climbing out.
Babylon takes a look at the. They're like ropes or.
There are ropes.
cables?
It's basically the athletics check is to actually work. The athletics check is not so much to climb the rope as to work out how to use the climbing system that they've left on the ropes.
Okay. So
And then
there are
obviously,
two.
yeah, there are
Right.
tools. So it's just
In that case.
It's basically what I'm trying to say is you can't fail, but it might take you a little while to get up there. To get out is what I'm saying. You can't fall back, but once you've got yourself secure, you're okay. Which you're fine. You go for the left lift or the right lift out of interest?
Here.
Okay, you're the last one who can go that way because everyone else will have to use the other lift. Is the only reason I'm asking because there's logically speaking, unless because you've used the climbing apparatus to get up, as it were. That brings us to Donahue.
Just had a thought. The security system with the cameras, did that get scrambled or?
Trashed all the computers and.
Well, you uploaded a virus, didn't you? The idea was
Yeah.
to come in here, spray, vandalise the place, spray graffiti everywhere, leave literature, not kill anyone, and get out. And upload a virus onto the mainframe, which you did.
Well, it doesn't mean that their security system is tied into the mainframe. That was why I was just checking.
There may well be a security system tied into the mainframe, I'm assuming none of you actually go in there barefaced, as it were, when you're doing these missions. But if you might do, or look at you, you've got a hood up, so no one can see your face anyway.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to do exactly what I said. I'm going to scavenge the other wall.
Okay, go for it. Yep, no problem at all. You find some more stuff that maybe you'll basically you'll probably find useful at some point in the future. What I'll say is you find some interesting cybernetic parts and stuff that you can use for you can probably find a use for in the future, which basically, if we say it will give you a sort of +1 bonus on electronics or hacking roll in the future. Do you know what I mean? If you use it to plug into something, I think it's the easiest
Oh, I'm more
way to go.
interested in selling it.
Well, yeah, money isn't a real thing in this game, if that makes sense. You do earn
Right.
it. You do earn it, but there's...
Greedy. I'm greedy.
In game mechanics, though, would that be like increasing, a temporary increase to the
Well, I was thinking about
our
that.
firepower?
I was thinking about that, but if he's actually just selling it because he's greedy, that makes perfect sense. Because you still actually do have to play to live. It's just your logistic points are basically the ready cash you've got. Ready cash you've got to equip yourselves for the next mission, isn't it? As how it works. But obviously, you still do make an income, and obviously, Donahue taking the stuff and selling it. Yes, if he's greedy, that makes perfect sense. He's role playing his he's role playing his hindrances, and also, of course, when you sell stuff, you do make contacts here and there. So I would say there will be some sort of meta game advantage to doing it in the future, if that makes sense. Plus, you'll make some money.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Usually, when you do the moneyless systems like this, and you do the resource points or which like that, it's usually like a temporary boost to, you say you use it and you get like an extra couple logistic points or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'd say I'd say you could definitely sell it, or you could basically. I will say you could sell them to get a temporary logistic point bonus. I agree. Or likewise, you could use it to call in favors or contacts at a later date, or you know what I mean. It's some good stuff. You might be able to bribe someone with it. So it's up to you what you want to do with it.
Although I'm hastening to add, it's not a bonus; it's a penalty. He's greedy, so he stole data from the computer that was off mission. If he sells it, that's probably going to come back to haunt him because it's a hindrance. The GM stabs him in the back. It's a hindrance.
Being greedy, yeah.
That's why I stole the data.
To the map
I'm
again.
gonna see if there's anything useful for me, and then I'm gonna sell it.
Can I do what? Sorry, about on the map?
Drag my token back onto the combat tracker to the map because I can move everyone else's tokens, but my one doesn't seem to work properly. Oh, okay. Looks like it's crashed as well.
I found an error earlier on, but an opportunity when you toggle AFK, it brings a console error up and doesn't do the AFK.
Right, who's left downstairs? Okay, so that's Donahue down there. That brings us to Waif.
Yeah, and Waif can see that Merlin has turned and headed in the other direction, and she's not going to go up that rope while she gets this sense that Merlin seems to be a little delusional at times.
Well,
she's going to stick with him.
He's very old.
I'm going to unlock the tokens because there is nothing hostile down below. It's not going to let me unlock the bloody tokens. I had this before, didn't we? There we go. Unlock tokens. Okay, so basically with that last... Oh no, he said he crashed. With that last guy going down, you basically can freely move around. The guys up top, well, you're there. You can see if anything's happening, but seems quiet at the moment.
Okay, well, Merlin is going to basically quickly dart into the room with the security guards.
Yep.
And the blood on his sword, he's going to use to write "Do not kill" across their chests. Take one of the pamphlets for the terrorists that we're supposed to be with,
yes.
Tuck it into like the collar of their shirt or something, and then turn around and run back out. Okay,
no problem at all. So in the meantime, Donahue's grabbed enough stuff. Donahue's grabbed enough stuff that he thinks he can sell or basically make useful from these genetically enhanced cyber wolves. And the three of you just need to join the others. You'll all have to climb up on the left-hand lift rather than right-hand lift, but that doesn't really matter. Meanwhile, guys, at the top there does seem quiet. There does appear to be a flashing red light going off. It's indicating some sort of alarm has been activated. But maybe, obviously, this far out of town, it might take a while. But you get the impression you definitely don't want to be in the vicinity when the backup does arrive. It looks like Donahue's the last one down below on his own.
Probably, but if I've grabbed stuff, that'll be good enough. Unless one of these terrorists have like a really cool weapon, I'll head up the elevator shaft.
Well, it's just basically you get to the elevator shaft, and all you need to do is basically make an athletics check to work out how the climbing equipment works and get up the elevator shaft. Which you do without any problems. No problems at all. Right, well, you all basically get back to... Where is Donahue? There's Donahue. you all get back. You all are basically at the top of the elevator shaft and able to make your escape. As I say, it seems quite quiet at the moment. I do believe you came in from the east, didn't you, rather than the path? But I haven't locked tokens because it's, it's unless I hit you with anything, which I may or may not do. You don't have anything to worry about. And you all make your escape. No problem at all there.
Giant dragon swoops down and eats you all. Bollocks. I wasn't expecting a dragon.
No one expects the Dragon Quisition. Or...
Oh, well, that was so forced. I like it. Right. Well, you successfully extricate yourselves from the Gaia Tech facility, and basically you find yourselves. We'll rejoin the party when you find yourselves back at the Ramen on 64th, awaiting the arrival of your Johnson with payment. I shall pop you all.
We're just waiting for Johnson.
Oh yep, Queeg's off to tidy up. Which means I just put Mr. Aki, I can put Aki on that stool there. We'll put Babyman over there. We'll put Donahue over there, and we'll put Waif over there. I think that's everyone.
I'm in the wrong seat, man.
Quig will get a
Can't believe
extra
you're in the wrong
large
chair,
bowl of
man.
ramen for Bobby Man as a way of thanks.
No problem. So, as basically you get a chance to, you all get a chance to get back and rest and relax, and a bit later on, after payment has been made, and with some questioning along the lines of what happened what happened, and obviously explaining that you performed the mission as required when it went sideways with a second group. The payment comes, and everybody seems relatively happy with that, and obviously you were able to kick back in the 64th Street Ramen, and as always, and everything seems nice and peaceful for a change. Which, as someone pointed out, we have two new characters who have run around with the party, so have probably got some ideas. But I think for the state of backgrounds, information, and just because you guys are getting to know each other a bit better, if you want to, we'll have a bit of a character introduction. I know it's a bit weird doing it this late into the day, but I didn't want to do it mid-adventure, as it were. So if we want to if Donahue wants to sort of introduce himself and share what other players have gathered or learnt about him on this, their first job together, and any things he may have told them, and then we'll work our way down. So over to you, Mr. Donahue.
Okay. Donahue plays the thing, very private about what he looks like, but it's very obvious that he is cybernetically augmented. He has he's very obviously cybernetic augmented. He does not like being in flying vehicles. Vehicles in general are a problem, but he definitely does not like being in flying vehicles. And you can tell that definitely, always looking for that second and third payout. Not a con man, just, always looking to run, how else can I get paid at the same, paid extra at the same time.
You don't have to you don't have to share all yet. Obviously, you're fairly new to the group, as it were. It's just stuff that if you think that's enough for now, that's all you have to share.
And obviously, he's a hacker for hire.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Babyman.
So what do I look like and seem like?
A Russian wolf hamster.
Babylon will look roughly like that as the picture, as a Persian. His clothes are very worn down versions of clothes one would have in the streets. Nothing is broken, but it just seems old, not taken care of, not washed. Simple looking clothes, has very little, stuff with him at all. He often speaks of the winds and the air, and clearly seems to speak with the air, and is often smoking something. Very often, I would say. Is very interested in, wants to have green stuff around him, like basically like trees and other things, and he's very concerned about this environment constantly when he doesn't have anything green around him. So this urban jungle is causing him clearly some distress. He speaks quite strangely, like as if in riddles, I guess, as if some kind of I don't know, shaman or kind of like a witch doctor from I don't even know what culture actually.
That's fine. That's, as I say, you're just deep and mysterious. That's all, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean, he never really seems to have any connection to this world outside the fact that what you already know. I mean, what you really have experienced with him. Like, where did he come from? Where has he been? What does he do? He doesn't seem to have any connection to really any real life things.
Wonderful. Okay, thank you very much. That brings us to Beulah.
Is it his day off, is it?
Right. So Beulah is your orc. He's obviously been augmented, chromed, as it were. He is not nuts about heights. He is the driver, drone jockey, and is also aspiring to improve upon his hacking skills to make him sort of a Renaissance orc. And he worked for the corporations for a while and had a bit of a falling out. And but he's a faithful, if not stoic, member of the group. And well, that's Beulah.
Well, thank you very much. Pow Pow.
Pow basically he grew up as a street orphan. He's a kind of known face around the neighbourhood, where he used to kind of do kind of a few acts of petty crimes. He was mostly a runner between all local gangs that passing messages. And then when he grew up, he kind of left big city to go and work for a corporation. But it made him feel quite uneasy. He didn't really like the concept of indentured servitude. Basically, he should be a wage slave. But so he decided to chuck that. He's come back to the old neighbourhood to try and find his old contacts. He recently became in the attention of fellow runners when a crazed beetle addict tried to rob the local ramen shop. He suddenly dropped to the ground and disappeared through the solid floor, only to reappear behind the intruder nearby, at which point he cut his throat and then went back to eat his food without a word saying a word. He's often seen with a small domestic cat loitering nearby. On closer inspection, this companion cat will phase into the astral plane only to appear in another location later when you least expect it. Pow Pow seems to have learned this gift too, but seldom uses it. Pow Pow likes to dress smart and has a soft spot for 80s retro lounge suits, although he does wear them under a fashionable armoured coat. Gets a bit upset if he's not looking his best and always carries a basic grooming kit to clean up when necessary. It's always been a bit vain, but since becoming a cat shaman, he started becoming a bit OCD with personal grooming, and perhaps has gone too far by getting cosmetic dentistry. Cat teeth.
Okay, that brings us to Merlin.
Standing at 1.6 m, Merlin is a bit shorter than average, but does not appear weak. His lined coat is hand-stitched with several runes and glyphs, although anyone with any arcane knowledge can see that they really mean nothing. He carries a bow with 2-compartment quiver and a sword that is obviously too heavy for him, but that he still wields with a bit of flair. He also has a tendency to refer to things that aren't by their normal name. For example, whenever he passed Aki a hand grenade down in the labs,
Yeah.
he didn't call it a grenade. He called it a bottle of alchemist's fire. And that's just one of his quirks about naming things. As I'm sure you guys heard, he referred to Quig as a barbarian. He's talked about knights and things like that. So you're fairly certain that he is aware of his surroundings, but is not using what people would call normal names for his surroundings.
Thank you very much. That brings us to Aki.
Aki looks around the room and just like, it's me. I'm the guy you come to for the stuff you can't get normally. You know where to find me.
A man of few words. He's a dwarf, by the way. Queeg!
You can tell that from my
I'm a
beard.
troll, by the way. Yeah. Okay, quick. You might have not really realized, although you've kind of seen him in action. He's prone to being thin-skinned about who he is. The attitude has actually caused him problems in the earlier years of his growing up. But Mr. Nakasumi here at 64th Street Ramen gave me a job, treated me fairly, so I became very loyal to him. And I'm his dishwasher and cleaner of this joint. I've always been loyal to those who are my friends, and as you can see, Mr. Nakasumi gave me a special broom because I kept breaking normal ones. And at one point, he asked me to clean the place up of the gang of trash that came in to shake him down. And I did. So, yeah, big, dumb, but I can clean out any room pretty quickly.
Well, thank you very much. And last but no means least, that brings us to Waif.
Waif is actually a fairly familiar sight around the Baron. She zips around on her, works as a courier when she's not taking runner jobs. In fact, she pretty much grew up in and around the Barrens since Master Zhang found her wandering in one of the worst neighborhoods when she was just 2 or 3 years old. He took her home to his dojo to Madame Zhang because they were childless, and made a sincere effort to track down her origins, her family, her parents, why a child so small was wandering alone, with no results whatsoever. But again, because they were childless, they opted to raise her. They paid out for dummy papers to show her that she was their own. But when she was really small, she used to hang around the dojo and start imitating the moves that Master Zhang was training the others in, and so he decided early on to start her training while she was really small. She was incredibly good at the focus and stuff because she started so early. But even now, she tends to have some hope that someday, somewhere, she'll find some information about her parents. In the meantime, she tends to hang out with those who are, kind of outcasts because she feels a bit of an outcast herself, despite the care from the Zhangs. Also, when she was a child, she noticed odds and ends of strange men coming and going to see Master Zhang, and as she got older, she learned that he himself had been a runner in his day, and he connects us to jobs at times.
Well, there we go. Thank you very much. Gave me a bit of time to sort a couple of things out and hopefully get everyone reacquainted with each other. So thanks very much. So, yes, well, it's you get your pay, and you have a couple of days of rest, and you just every so often you swing by to see if there's any contacts or jobs come in, but it seems to be a quiet period of time at the moment. But it's
Going out
late.
of our little bug.
It's late. It's getting late in the day, and I think it would be appropriate for it to start raining. After all, it is cyberpunk, and the rain is coming down outside, so none of you are in any hurry to leave the warmth and comfort of the 64th Street Ramen when basically the nuts, I've forgotten his name. Where's NPCs? Mr. Nakazumi is the owner, isn't he?
Yes.
Yes. He comes up from the stores area downstairs, looking a little on the concerned side, and he puts down a data tablet. He says he's just found down in the storeroom, sitting on top of a box down there that he doesn't recognise and must have been delivered earlier along with the standard daily delivery. He puts the tablet down, going, well, I've tried turning it on, but it just comes up with a message saying enter password, but I have no idea what it is.
Let me take a look at it.
Be my guest.
I'll try hacking it.
Yep, it seems to be a standard tablet. You notice there is it appears to be you basically you're going to have to connect up to it, and obviously you can try hacking in, so that's not a problem. There is a data port if you want to jack into it.
Okay.
Yep, there's no problem at all. It's worryingly straightforward encryption. In fact, actually, it doesn't take you long to realise that the password is actually password 123, which is a bit of a interesting and disconcerting in its own right. When you get inside it seems to be basically standard operating system. It just has a single application saying launch me.
Is a mission
I will
I
will use a good security since I've got the password to log into it. I'll disconnect from it before I run launch me.
That's absolutely fine. You do so, and then I'll type in the straightforward password, and you just you execute the application that says launch me, and a face hidden very much in shadow appears on it, and says, "Greetings. You don't know me, and most likely you never will. You have crossed me. You have interfered with my businesses, and I'm not happy. And you, and Mr. Nakazumi, will pay the price." At which point you hear beeping coming from downstairs. He says, "I'm sure I will put up a good hot dog stand on the crater of this location. Goodbye."
Oh boy.
Gotta get that bomb out quick. We need to disarm a bomb. Excellent.
That thing that Quixie found.
You also notice there seems to be a large number of people dressed like hot dogs walking towards you in the rain.
Hot dog boys. Okay. So we need someone to go downstairs and disarm the bomb. Who's the best? What's the best thing for bomb disarming?
Well, it depends on the bomb, but it's most likely going to be electronics and hacking or repair.
Okay, well I'm going down.
Electronics or a repair and hacking.
Ian, the drone guy going down probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, this obviously, what's going to happen is dismantling the bomb, of course, will be a dramatic task, because someone wanted an example of a dramatic task, and seeing as they're playing today, I thought I'd make it more interesting.
Yeah, and you're recording it at the same time. Excellent. Yeah.
So someone will have to obviously dismantle the bomb, but at the same time, just because I don't want anyone else sitting around waiting to be killed by them mucking up, obviously there's some extra insurance to ensure none of you escape the area alive, it would appear. So,
I recall telling these guys that they came back, we were going to kill them.
well, indeed. But it would appear that someone made a delivery earlier first. So, who wants to head in which direction? Obviously,
I'm going down into the bombs area. I think
Okay.
Donahue is as well, isn't he?
Yes, I'm
Quig's
heading
going
down.
to stop the. Quig's going to stop the hot dogs.
Okay, that's fine.
Faith is going to stop the hot dogs. She already promised them she would if they came back.
So Donahue and Aki will head downstairs. So I shall start the clock. Oh, look, the bad guys get to go first. They are going to go on hold with their Joker bonus.
And Beulah looks and says, well, probably I should go and help fight. But I really want to go down and help dismantle the bomb. But
I think me and Donahue should be all right with a bomb, should we? Two of us.
Sure, call. Which way you want to go? Babby Man.
It does look like a pretty fair fight with me and Waif, so
okay, well then Beulah will go downstairs.
See, what you do notice, if you're slightly observant, actually, is some of the hot dog guys appear to be slightly larger, and they have ketchup instead of mustard. They seem to be carrying bigger guns. I actually repainted some of them. So anyway, you're heading downstairs. That's fine. So anyway, on the combat tracker, we have hit Babby Man. What does Babby Man want to do?
Okay, so some people start to go towards downwards, right?
Yes.
Downstairs, yeah. Babyman hears beeping sound, which is annoying because it reminds him of an alarm clock.
Actually, it has to be said, actually, someone's obviously got a slight sense of humour because it's not a standard beep, it's that two-tone beep from 24 Countdown, if you remember. It's really annoying. Anyway, carry on.
So, but we definitely don't. But it's also.
We've got to kill people covered.
You can go on hold for now and support as and when, or you can just literally duck behind the counter, as it were.
Okay. So do these other guys, I mean these hot dogs generally, are they clearly already carrying firearms?
Yes. A number of them are carrying pistols, and then you can see what I've called the hot dog heavies, which are a bit further away, have got basically they have machine guns.
They have eaten more hot dogs and become heavy.
Yeah.
Okay, Babyman will go and talk to Mr. Nagasaki.
Right, so just ignore that one for now and move Babyman. Babyman goes there behind and with Mr. Nagasaki. That sounds like a very sensible thing to begin with, and I shall give you, assuming you're ducking down with Mr. Nagasaki, I'll give you medium
Sure,
cover.
yeah. I mean, Babyman's idea is that he's gonna go and talk to Nagasaki and calm him down.
Yeah.
Mr. Nagasaki, there is nothing to be worried about.
I love the way it always adds him as an
Nathan's
unfriendly.
not happy.
So this Gaia Tech map we can close, right?
Oh yes, sorry. There you go.
Waif isn't happy. She told these guys not to come back. She told them what would happen if they did. So she's going to make it happen.
Okay, I'm going to have Heavy to interrupt you as you break cover of the building. Okay, he's got the Joker bonus, I'm afraid, so he literally gets to act the second you step out. And although it's quite extreme range, he literally, as you break cover of the building, he opens fire. The second you leave the building.
Sorry, I remember to now ask, were we supposed to make the advancement or prepare one? So should I already have an advancement or not?
Did you get? Did I give it? Looks like you and Donahue don't have it in advance yet, so I think you just have to think. I think you haven't had one yet, so just
We haven't had an advance yet. Remember, we kind of like retooled characters, and we talked about the fact that we wouldn't be able to retool them again if we got an advancement.
Yeah. So, oh my word, I think I've just really shot Wave very badly. Ow! Oh, this just suddenly turned a bit more deadly than I intended. That's.
I can't help it with Savage Worlds. Sometimes it's deadly.
Okay, so basically what happens is you literally the second you step outside, this guy's been waiting for you, and he just basically shoots you, and multiple bullets hit you, not doing doing lots of painful damage, but fortunately nothing lethal yet. But you basically hit. You see Wave step outside, and she's literally hit by a hail of bullets, and she basically slumps against the wall slightly. You can continue moving it or do what you want now, but I'm afraid
My shot won't count.
your shot will count if you hit. I didn't notice.
I did hit. I hit with a raise.
Yeah, by all means, roll for damage. Yeah, go for it. I'll say it was simultaneous. You got the shot
As
off.
Mr. Nagazumi is actually a character here, can I make a support with persuasion?
And
You most
as
certainly
you
can.
said, I could still move, so I'm going to dodge to cover across the street.
Be my guest. Wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, you dodge to cover across the street. But, yeah, all of you see Wave literally step out into the rain and instantly get shot as you hear a machine gun open up.
Have you got 3 wounds?
And she got, yeah.
Do you need healing?
That brings us to Beulah, who's heading down to the basement. So I shall, for basement purposes, we'll say that's just over there. So you get down to the basement. You can see the beepings coming from this metal box, and looks like you got there first. So I'm going to give you the dramatic task. You have. There is a countdown on the metal box that will equate to 3 combat rounds. It looks like it looks like a sealed unit. You are going to need to use repair to get the box open, and then you can use electronics or hacking to defuse the bomb. You need 2 successes to open the case and 2 successes to defuse the bomb. And you have 3
Okay, so
goes to that.
electronics or what?
Electronics or hacking and repair to basically get open the sealed case, the bombs inside. You can just see a counter going down.
Okay, so I can make my repair roll.
Yes, you can. So on a 2, you will not succeed.
Can drag that Benny onto the repair and it'll re-roll it and spend the Benny at the same time.
I know.
I'm sorry, what was that?
You can drag
Is that
the Benny
wrong?
into the repair and it will re-roll it and spend the Benny at the same time. So you can do it in one action, just drag the Benny onto repair and it re-rolls it.
Oh, if I had rolled it to my thing. Got it.
Yeah. Ignore that reshuffle deck rubbish. That's me just trying. I always forget you need to turn a dramatic. You need to turn the dramatic task on before you start the combat tracker. Except of course that doesn't work when you're having a race on who gets there first. Anyway, so I shall deal. I'll manually deal a heart in. Okay, so with 2 successes on the repair, you are able to crack open the case and get the case open. That brings us to Pow Pow.
Pow. Well, flip to there.
Okay, as you flip to there, I'm afraid heavy number 4 on the Joker bonus will interrupt you.
Damn it.
I know, it's nasty they got the Joker.
That's what happened, somebody gets shot and then they wait for the medic to shoot it and then they shoot him.
Yeah. As you run across the street as well, they shoot you as you run across the street.
Oh, you got one hit in. Bollocks.
Ooh! Oh, these guys are good shots, I'm afraid, these heavies. I assume you're going to try and soak that. With your cat-like reflexes, maybe you'll evade the shot. You can soak one of them, but you'll take 2.
I think it's probably worth a penny more, just in case.
Yeah, I'm afraid it looks like it's okay. So basically, you get again. The same thing happens. Pow pow, pow breaks cover to rush to Waif's aid, and the second he exposes himself in the open, the bullets rip across the street and strike him, and he staggers into cover on the opposite side of the street. Okay.
Anyway, what I was going to do was this.
But you're shaken, don't forget. So you'd have to spend a penny to unshake to make that healing roll. That's okay. That's 1 wound healed on Waif. And that brings us to Queeg.
All right. I am going to see if I can reach them 2 normal hot dogs.
Okay.
Still shaken on the combat tracker, Pow Pow.
Yeah, that's because I didn't Okay, I'm just going to do that. Have a look. Oops, wrong guy. So this one here. You might be in luck with these 2. Yep, you're in luck with those 2. They can't see you running that way. Queeg wild attacks with his broom. I think you went that way before, didn't you? And you hit both of them. I was expecting them to go on hold and wait for people to break cover, but I didn't expect them to get the Joker. That's quite scary. Okay, the first one goes down. And the second one goes down. Down.
Down, down, down.
Down, 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 down. And that brings us to Donahue, who you were heading downstairs, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay. You basically you head downstairs as well, and you find that Beulah's already managed to crack the case open. Unfortunately, only one of you can physically sort of disarm the bomb at the same time, but you can offer support on his next roll as you are able to analyse the equipment. Conversely, of course, if you could, you can kick him out the way and try and disarm the bomb yourself. But at the moment, this round he's technically opening the case, if that makes sense. But you could, as he's fiddling at it, you can offer support on his next action if you so wish.
Okay. Sealed unit, no external data ports. Well, it has to have some kind of Wi-Fi or something like that, right? Because it got triggered.
Yes. Yeah, there must. Yeah, logically speaking, there's a wireless connection between the tablet and this. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try and start accessing it through that.
Yep, certainly.
So I'm hacking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
Probably beat at whatever its system toughness is.
It would be, yeah, which should be. Are you happy with a 6?
Does it seem to be successful?
You can tell there is a signal coming through there. I will say, yeah, because that's going to be against its system defense, which would be based on its security. So I would say, let's say that's going to be a D6. D8 would make it a 6. So you are able to basically, you do find a way to sit there and monitor it. So you will be able to tell, assist Beulah on possibly which way the circuitry is going, because obviously when he's doing the electronics, you can probably see if there's any changes in the electronic systems as well. Yeah.
That counts as a success or whether support, but yeah, good enough for me then.
Yeah, what I'm saying is you successfully got past it, so you're able to provide success via hacking next round is what I'm going to say on that score. So that's a good support role. I'm just going to... It makes things a little more interesting, I think. But yes, in game terms, you'll be able to support, yes. It'll be a success for next round. Okay, hot dogs. Where is hot dog? Where is hot dog? Oh, he's not on the map, so I assume he might be dead. Hot dog number 2 is here. Hot dog number 2 is going to open fire with his pistol at Mr. Nakazumi. But he misses. Hot dog number 3 is not on the map, so I'm just going to... I don't know what happened to him. He's just...
7 and 5 are dead, so they're the only one. 7 and 5 and 6.
No. I think I didn't actually put all of them on the map, or something went interesting. Aki.
Well, this is my go.
No, it's me shooting you.
Did I get skipped?
Oh, he's still on the hot dog.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Never mind. Ignore me.
Shooting Aki, okay. Right. Well, I'm going to spend a penny on that.
Yeah, as obviously this is as you were running to as you were running to head down the stairs behind Beulah and Donahue. One of them basically takes a pot shot at you as you're making your move, which
underneath of it and missed it. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Hot dog number 8 is going to fire across the street at Queeg, except he can't from there because that's cover, so he's going to have to come round the corner. I'm not sure if he'll get. I don't know if he'll be able to see you from there. No. He knows you're there, but he doesn't get to you. That brings us to Merlin.
Okay, Merlin is going to spend 11 power points.
Living hell.
Yeah. To cast a fairly significant mage armor.
Yes.
To include Shroud and Hurry on Aki, Babiman, Mr. Nakazumi, himself, Pow Pow, and Waif.
Okie dokie. They're all within your range, are they?
Yes.
Nice. Oh! It's only 1 power point if you fail, though, isn't it? Okay, you successfully cast it. So, you're going to cast it with Shroud, slightly obscure, soft light.
Basically, instead of a -2, it'll be
give them a cover. Yeah, they'll get a cover bonus, won't they? For all intents and purposes. Yeah, I agree. So you're giving that to Aki, Babiman, Mr. Nakazumi, yourself, Waif, and Pow Pow. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm also giving them the Hurry, which is a +2 pace.
Okie dokie. I shall. Hurry.
And then drop another penny on your PowerPoints and get 5 back.
Okay, so.
Except it's my last penny, so I think I'm going to hold on to it for now.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why is that not letting me drag it? Oh, because it vanished as soon as I did that. Unless I've done something really weird and it is actually working, I just didn't notice. Hurry, okay. So on Aki, on Babiman, on Nakazumi, on Merlin, on Pow Pow, on Waif. And then we're going to create a Shroud, which I don't need to worry about actually. I'll just manually increase all your covers. Okay, deflection, so -3, deflection -3, deflection -3, deflection -3, deflection -3, Pow Pow. Deflection -3. Nice use of power points. I think that's everybody.
We've got the cover as well.
Yeah, technically yeah. Okay. Well, instead of making it cover, I just added it to the deflection. It was easier.
Okay, so basically everybody glows bright purple for just a brief moment, and then it all sinks down into a purple shield right in the middle of your chest. and then it kind of turns like into an ultraviolet, so you're kind of blurred just a little bit as a result, and you feel yourself moving much quicker.
Wonderful stuff. Okay, now it's Aki's go.
So after I ducked under his bullet, I spun around and going to shoot him.
Go for it.
People shooting at me while I'm trying to go and dismount. Who do they think they are?
Told them if they came back.
Do you know who you're shooting at? We told you not to come back. And I won't swear because I might offend, Mr. Nagasumi.
Honey, I swear like a sailor, and I get called on it frequently. So
I don't give a fuck about swearing in real life. I'm talking about Mr. Nagasumi. I don't want to upset him.
Mr. Nagasumi cared.
Oh, if he doesn't care, then I'm just going to... Yeah, anyway. So he's getting it with the flesh-shaped pistol, right?
Go for it.
Kids beg me to clean up my language, so...
You hit. That's a wound. That hot dog is toast.
I will go down into the basement.
Oh, I see. Okay. You'll head down to the basement. Wonderful stuff. That brings us to Mr. Nakazumi, who... Okay, I know. Mr. Nakazumi looks under the counters, looks at Babaman sitting next to him, smiles, and sort of... you then notice he slides back a panel. None of you never noticed before. And on the keypad, he just rapidly types in a number of digits that you don't, you're not able to follow. A panel slides back, and he brings out a medium machine gun, which he bolsters up onto the counter. Looks at Babaman and goes, "I bought this after our last." Greeting from these people. He then basically takes aim and opens fire at hot dog number 4 on full auto.
Wow, Nakazumi's not screwing around.
Yeah. Well, if one hit was that bad for our lot, this geezer's going to be cheesed up.
Cheesed up like Swiss cheese. I like that. I haven't heard that.
I'm going to re-roll the first damage because Mr. Nagazami is quite upset. Okay, so the first shot shakes, the second shot kills the guy. Well, puts him down anyway. As basically tracer fire and bullets just burst out of the 64th Street Rabham, shredding the guy and the bus stand he was hiding behind. The lava to at the sound of full machine gun fire, the other 2 heavy hot dogs come off hold and they move into position. This one here will basically try and return fire at Babiman with a light machine gun. Not Babiman, sorry, I meant Mr. Nakazumi. Bullets shatter and smash into the 64th Street Ram, and bits of the counter fly up everywhere. But the deflection and the cover means he's fine. The other heavy. Basically, unlike the other one, doesn't have the presence of mind so much to give himself cover. He just stands in the middle of the street, and he again takes aim at returns tracer fire at Mr. Nakazumi. So, yeah, the sound of multiple machine guns ripping across everywhere is quite devastating. And the new round begins, and we'll see what happens. Mr. Nakazumi got a joker. Did you guys get bennies out of that? I don't know if you did.
No.
Because you certainly should have done, because he's an ally.
Yeah, he's an allied extra.
He's an ally and he's on your side, and therefore you guys all get a Benny because of Mr. Nakazumi getting a joker. Mr. Nakazumi...
We've been killing these guys for him.
Exactly. Mr. Nakazumi basically targets the 2 heavies with the machine gun, and this will probably use up the rest of the belt he's got loaded. He opens the fire again on full auto.
Merlin, how many magic power points have you got?
Well, I'm sitting at 9 out of 20 right now.
Because I've got a card that restores 2d6 power points to everyone. Boom. Use it when you're getting low.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, so Mr. Nakazumi literally just tears at. Oh, hang on, that. Yeah, did I manage to
My
target
other
this?
card.
Managed to target the same one twice by the look of things there. So let's just kill one. Don't know what I did wrong there, but anyway. Down one goes, and then he hits the other one. And down he should go as well. Somewhere. There he is. Mr. Nakazumi's basic. At that point, he goes, well, it was fun while it lasted, and he ducks back down. All his ammunition spent in.
Butt in for a second. I've got this adventure card, Desperate Time. It says play to take any one adventure card from the discard pile. What's the discard?
Nobody's played anything.
No
No one's played
played.
any cards yet, have they?
No.
Okay. So look at your cards, see if they're going to come in handy. If there's one that can be reused twice, I can use it.
Well, any card could be reused if you take it from the discard pile.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I mean. So if there's one really good one,
Wave's
use it again.
still shaken, right? But she's the only one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
the best card to take is if somebody plays Perfect Timing, take it back, play it again.
Light machine gun fire rips into the Ramen all around Merlin as bullets just bounce off everywhere to no apparent effect. Babybad, you basically have just had a huge hell of bullets fired towards you and away from you, and the counter area around you is quite full of holes at the moment.
Every man's got cover and deflection.
I know.
It's like bulletproof.
I know.
Terribly sorry, Mr. Nagasaki. Bobby-man must go. And then Bobby-man gets up and casually walks here.
Every man's a caster as well, isn't he? So when your
He is.
magic's getting low, remind me I can do.
I wouldn't heal it. I wouldn't. Well, you could heal somebody, but I would. The healing's not going to be a problem in 2 seconds.
He wants to heal, let him heal.
Run across there and he's going to get a shot at any as well. So he's got the deflection, isn't he?
He's got the deflection, so he's not bothered. Also, it's not like last time where the guys had Joker bonus on hold, so they could literally just rip you a new one the second you broke cover. So Babby Man just strolls across in between everyone shooting up at the Ramen Street bar. He may get shot in a minute, but at the moment...
Why has he got cover and deflection?
Well, he doesn't now because he's left cover.
Oh, right, okay. Well, I'm just making sure I'm not like he's cast a spell on himself that gives him.
No. He was in cover because he ducked down behind the bar. Okay, so
right.
Babby Man, you walk over to Pow Pow and Wave.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go there because I can move 8.
Yes.
So I can touch both, and I will try to cast healing both onto both.
That would be a multi-action.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 2 actions.
Yeah.
So
Healing's better than what I've got planned.
First, Wave.
First on Wave. Oh, look at that. 2 wounds healed on Wave. No problem at all.
And
So the spirit, basically a huge amount of EMT spirits appear around Wave and Pow Pow at this point.
Does that remove her shaken too?
It would have done, yes. Sorry, you can turn that off. Sorry, I forgot to remove it when I was opening your character sheet up. Thank you.
Yep. Then Pow Pow.
2 off him as well. Look at that.
So Bobby-man comes there and says to you, medic! Bobby-man means a medic here. Men are down. And he starts to walk around, just like as if impatient, walking, stepping side by side next to you, like as if looking for these medics. And then these transparent creatures, kind of like that resemble humanoids, start to provide medical attention to you. Like a team of spirits, each one doing one part of the like a surgery or whatever you need because you are shot, I guess. And each one flashing quickly there for half a second while doing its part in this very complicated surgery, and at the end it's done. So I will take off 6 points.
No worries. I didn't want to. I loved the description, so I didn't want to interrupt. So, Donahue, in the meantime, you're analysing sort of as basically Beulah's got the case open, and he's using his, he's examining the electronics as he touches different circuits. You're reading off, you're reading off signals that are bouncing around the signal, and that was going to give him a +1 bonus to on his electronics roll. That brings us to Queeg.
Quig has a extra reach, right, with this broom?
Yes, you do have reach 1, I believe, yes.
I should be able to move there and still hit him.
Yep, you get there, no problem at all, and hit him. That's a hit. That's 2 wounds as he goes down. Wow. When Queeg hits, he really hits.
Quig mad.
Indeed. Okay, Aki, you get downstairs, obviously leaving all the gunfire and chaos upstairs, and what you find is Donahue's basically sitting there with his deck out. He seems to be tapping things away, and as Beulah's sort of looking down at the you can see the counter counting down, showing that about 12 seconds left till the bomb detonates, and you can see Beulah sort of touches a circuit and looks over at Donahue, who's reading the deck, and sort of says no, shakes in the way there. So you can add it. You cut. Basically only one person can actually disarm the bomb, but you can offer a support at them. Yeah. So how do you wish to assist? I've just noticed something really bad. And if you're talking, you're on mute.
Yeah, so who can I assist?
Well, Beulah's disarming the bomb, but so you can provide a support role on Beulah.
Repair is he doing? What's he doing to?
He's going to be using electronics, I believe, or you can try hacking the system, but electronics or hacking would be retired. That said, of course, if he thinks someone else could be better off, if he thinks that he wants you to take over, feel free to do so. He needs 2 successes in the next 2 rounds to disarm the bomb, using either electronics or hacking. The only
electronics or hacking.
Yeah, the only thing it's going to be the only thing I would point out is there is a slight problem in that Beulah's going to have a complication this round. And there is almost this is an interesting one, and they show it in the example. If you fail to get a success when suffering a complication, you automatically fail the dramatic task. So in the example they actually give in the
Beulah's
book,
happy to pass off at this point because he's going to pass off anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because his high roll was the
Okay.
opening of the case. His low roll is the electron.
In that case, I am going to say, well, Aki, you get downstairs just in time to be the man on the ground and on the 10 of diamonds. I'll agree with that one. Technically, that's so you've got 2 rounds to get 2 successes.
What I need to do, electronics, yes.
Electronics, yeah. With a +1 bonus coming from right, that gets you a 6. No, that's 1 success. You only need 1. You only need 2. You only need 2 successes, and you've got 1 this round, and you've got 1 more round. So it's up to you whether you want to spend a Benny.
So I'll Benny it and see what happens. Hopefully, I'll get like an 8.
There you go. You get a 10. It was only an easy one. It was a very amateur.
Bomb disarmed.
Bomb is disarmed. So you basically the three of you working as a team disarm the bomb.
Nice work, team.
Can we roll the bomb towards the heavies?
No, it's in a case. It doesn't really roll, but
Are they down in the basement?
They are down in the
once
basement.
it's disarmed, we can get out of there. So yeah, but we'll do that next round, I suppose, isn't it?
Exactly. Merlin.
Out
Okay.
assume you know the bomb's done. Bomb's disarmed.
Yeah. You send a text message.
Okay, having successfully defended his allies, Merlin is now going to upcast a magic missile.
Ooh.
At let me see. You know what? You're closer, so I think I'm going to hit heavy 2.
Okay.
Missile automatically hits, remember?
No, it doesn't.
It does in D&D.
Yeah, no. Call it a magic missile. That's not what it is.
Yeah, I know. But he just thinks he's playing 5e, doesn't he? It's not his fault.
Among
No,
other things.
High levels magic missile becoming a machine gun, didn't it?
The thing about one of the guys is the last surviving member of TSR, and he said he had to fight with Gary Gygax to make magic missile so that it automatically hits. Because Gary Gygax hated wizards.
Ah.
That's why they're so weak in D&D to start with.
Something tells me that Nakazumi's going to use that bomb.
Right. Okay. You cast your magic missile. It's a magnificently marvelous spell as it arcs out and it streaks towards its target and gets to there and then fades out. Which is wrong, actually. I'm sure it's bolt. Ignore me, actually. Hang on. Yeah, why did it say out of range? I'm going to take that back, sorry. Why have you got... Oh, magic missile bolt, range smarts times 2. Is that right? Yeah, smarts times 2.
Oh, I would have moved forward. Close enough. You're right. I would have moved it there and then shot.
Fair enough. I will allow it this once. As you go, yeah, you hit him with a magic missile and down he goes.
Yeah, whenever I targeted him, the arrow didn't show up for me, so I didn't see what the range was, so I didn't see that I had to move. So.
No, that's the nasty thing about it. It's like, I think to be honest, I quite like that idea, really. It's like, yeah, I'll target him. Oh, I'm out of range. Evil as it is. But I'm mean like that sometimes. Pow pow! You basically the spiritual EMTs have patched you back up and disappeared back to the spirit realms. You feel a lot better now. Although there is still blood on your coat.
Yeah, so I get healed up by spirits, but they do not look happy to heal me. Dun dun dun.
Oh.
Unusual.
Yes.
Like, just to see that. This is probably unnecessary, but just to see if it works. Save time.
Is there only one hot dog left? And he hasn't gone yet. Okay.
Yeah. We'll test the power to see if it works. Right. So there's. It's not with a raise, so that one. Wait, if the code works though.
Okie dokie. Let's come on.
Pace is obscene now. It's 12 because of the that's a
Pow Pow vanishes and a large cat replaces him.
rolled with one die.
That's it. You
What's 15
place fine.
input?
Beautiful gives you that. Hurry gives you +2 equals 9, and you rolled a 3, so you get to run 12 inches, which is what you've just dragged out.
Not 15 because the base movement is 10 plus 2. Pace is 10. But that pace should
No,
be
you
10.
said pace
Right.
plus. You said pace plus 2. You put it pace +2, not pace
The
plus.
pace of the puma is higher.
Aye, so sorry, pace is 8 then. 8. You're right, 12.
Yeah. So with that run, you're going to move 12 inches.
Yeah.
Do you know? Yeah.
Look at that. You even changed the token. You clever man, right?
A cat bounding through the rain.
So Wave
How's a cat?
at the extra 2. She's gonna start following the cat, and
Yep.
she's gonna take a shot.
Go for it. Yeah, you've got an extra pace +2 at the moment, so yeah, you can move 8 inches. But you can move up to 10 inches because your pace is 8 normally, isn't it? Oh no, it's 6 normally. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Think of yesterday. You take a shot. It's medium range, and you miss. Do you wish to Benny that?
I'm gonna Benny him.
Put those over there. I keep playing with them.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It's obviously the rain. Oh, I'm very tempted. Okay, right. Let's see what happens here. Is he going to run or is he going to stay? Is he stay? No, he's going to run.
And be moving to a chase.
Yeah, I don't think we should let him get away.
As he's running, we're
Oh,
yelling.
absolutely not.
Okay. Right.
As he runs away, we're gonna yell to him, "Tell your boss we're coming. We warned you."
Are you going to let him get away? Are you? Are you going to?
We're gonna
I wasn't planning on it.
I find it probably is highly unlikely, but over a chase, he would actually get it away from me.
Okay. Well, no, I don't have a problem with that. I'm just asking which if you yeah.
My boat is kill him, but yes, yeah, I'm still underground in the basement, disarming a bomb.
I've just worked out that was 13 pace. Well,
Yeah, I think Quig would want to chase him just because they've threatened his friends.
That's not a problem then. That's why I was asking. See, I will do, if it's a chase, it makes more sense to be on a grid. So there we go. So, okay, here we go. What we're going to have is he gets to run 9 inches, and we're going to have 12 there. So what we'll do is he is going to run. Zoom to fit. Why is the bloody grid on? Actually, it's probably easy to have the grid on. He is running and he's going to get to there. He's going to get to there. Pow.
yeah, pow. That's what I was curious about the pace, because the pace comes through 2 different calculations.
Okay.
So you've got Hurry's +2, and then the Puma form's at +2 as well. So base run is now 10, with D10 running.
Okay, Quig is chasing. Is anyone else giving chase out of interest?
Nope.
Merlin is.
Merlin is. Okay. Well, so I'll put Merlin there. We'll put Merlin on the chase. I'm just trying to work position. Wait, for you chasing? You going to let him go? And,
I'm probably gonna. Because I was already following the cat.
While they're chasing, I'm going to search the bodies and see if there's any way of linking them back to their boss, or if we know who their boss is, so we can plant this bomb back where it started.
Sorry, Wave. Was that a yes to chase or no to chase? Yes. Okay. So that'll put you. I'll put you there, and that brings us to Babyman, Beulah, and Donahue. Do you wish to give chase?
Nope.
Nope, dealing with the bomb.
No problem at all.
Tying a ribbon on the bomb here for Nakazumi.
I'm investigating the blood splats, ID and such.
No worries. I'm just setting up.
And I can't discuss plans because I'm a cat.
Okay.
That's exactly that's
We're back to Charlie again.
We're
back to Charlie again, aren't we?
That was a good joke. That was.
Look, the chew toy's running away.
Okay, we'll go straight into Babby. Okay, so let's see. Mr. Nakazumi's not taking part in the chase. Babyman's not taking part in the chase. Donahue's not taking part in the chase. Aki's not taking part in the chase. Beulah, did you say you weren't taking part in the chase either? Were you?
Yeah, it's Beulah's day off.
Oh, that's a good one. I like it. Okay.
You're off the credit now.
We're into chase mode, and the hot dog guy's going first. Look at that. I mean, you've got a street for you to chase there. Athletics. Okay. He is going to... well, he's just going to run. 2 squares. Problem solved. That brings us to Waif. So if you wanted to do a dedicated just run, it's a +2 to your athletics roll. If you want to run and do something else, you can make an athletics check and then do something else.
I'm gonna make the athletics check and do something else.
Okie doke.
Queeg, don't run in the pawn shop.
The +2 on the athletics anyway.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take a shot at it.
Be my guest.
Him in the back as he's running away.
Oh!
Oh.
I'm going to say basically what we're going to have. I think what we'll have here is basically as you're taking up the shot, you basically fail to notice that as you're running down the street, as it were, that a cycle courier comes barreling out of a side road and clips you, causing minor bumps and bruises. Queeg. You were...
I am just going to be running.
Okay. So that's +2 if you're going flat out athletics. That will get you one square at the moment, I'm afraid.
All right.
I'm actually going to drop him back to. I think he was too far ahead. Yeah. Means next turn he can try and escape unless someone catches up closer. Otherwise it's a very pointless chase. Pow pow.
I'm just going to run, and I'm going to take an extra bonus because I'm faster than everybody else.
You are?
Faster than everybody else.
Yeah, I know. So that's another +1 on top of your +2, so a +3 on your...
What happens if you land on a joker?
The cards, with that, you will get a +2 bonus, I believe, on your complication. Evading the complication. It will tell us when it happens.
Two is the maximum you can get. There you go, it's 2.
Yep. But you have put it in you have caught him up enough so he can't just escape now. He's got to pull away before he can escape again. And that brings us to Merlin.
Okay, so wow, he is kind of out there. So yeah, Merlin is going to actively run to try to catch up to him.
Okay, that's +2 on your athletics roll. Actually, +3 because you guys have all got pace, haven't you? So 2 squares. The rest of you guys obviously will come back to you when you.
I was going to say the scale is 5, correct?
It's a foot chase, so they're 1-inch squares.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fire another bolt at him. I guess it's the first one at him, isn't it?
Yep. You shake him. So that brings us
that will be my turn.
That brings us to Pow Pow. So a magical bolt swings out, shoots out from behind you and strikes the hot dog suited individual as he's running down the street.
I think we'll just go for a pure run as well, won't we?
Okay. 5
7
+2 +1 for being fast. That gets you the raise, so you get 2 squares if you're going full out. That brings us to Waif. I forgot, actually, you guys are all hasted, as it were. So it's a +3 for a dedicated run, +1 on your normal athletics. So that's a 4, which gets you, even though you're slightly fatigued after clipping that courier, you still get to advance a square.
I didn't do full out, so I can still take an action.
That's correct, yeah. But you do miss. Obviously, the act of running down the street is
Messing up my focus.
Afraid so. Okay, the hot dog guy is still shaken, so I'm going to spend a penny to unshake. And he's basically the machine gun. He needs to slightly brace that. He can't use. I'm ruling he can't really use that in a chase. So he's literally just going to go flat out on a run here. You guys are faster, so he doesn't get any bonuses. But he is going to pull 2 squares away ahead of you guys again, bringing us to Queeg, bringing up the rear, who isn't hasted. So unfortunately, he just has to make a normal run. +2 if you go all out, obviously. Oh!
I think I fall on my face.
Yes, I'm afraid. I think the easiest thing there is Queeg. You basically, that same cycle courier that obviously was zipped out of one alleyway and hit Waif, comes back and literally knocks you down and basically knocks you out of the running. I'm afraid, as you are literally knocked to the ground, and by the time you'll recover,
Yep.
by the time you'll recover, I'm afraid they've disappeared and you've lost them. Sorry about that one. Okay, Merlin, +1 on your run if you want to do an additional action, +3 on your run if you just want to run. On your athletics check, that is.
I think since the ranges are not quite what I thought they were, I'm just going to use a normal athletics check.
Okay, so it's just +1 because you're faster than he is, due to your magical hurry. So that gets you 1 square closer.
And I will spend my last power points to try and shoot again.
Yep. Ouch. It's normally 5 inches, isn't it, for a foot chase, but I decided I'll make it 1 inch for speed. And I just forgot to change it. So a 5 will hit. Yes, a 5 will hit. It's ranged. And 8 points of damage. Hang on, I got myself confused there. 5 hits and 8 points of damage versus his toughness of 6 shakes him yet again. You're making me spend my bennies, sir. Okay.
Yes.
As the chase goes on, we find ourselves with the hot dog first, who does shake, and he is one. Okay, he is going to just make a straightforward athletics check to try and increase the distance, which he fails to do. Therefore, he is unable to escape. If he's 4 squares away, he can attempt to escape, but he can't because he's only 3 squares away. That brings us to Pow Pow.
Coach does a straight run again.
+3 then.
1
square. If it's a straight all-out run, that gets you a 5 because you're +3. Sorry, +2 because you're encumbrance, but that still gets you a 4, which is 1 square.
Wonder if it's worth bennying that.
It's up to you.
Benny it for giggles to see what happens.
That gets you 2 squares. That brings us to Waif. So +1 if you want to do something else, +3 if you want to run a flat out. Don't worry about that test. That's the only downside of the fast tests. If you're targeting someone when you're doing that. Oh, you're finally going to hit him. That's a hit with a raise. Well, there's not much I can do about that. See if I can soak it afterwards. I don't think I'm soaking that. I don't think I'm soaking that, am I?
That's my one special.
For giggles, I'll spend a single penny. No, so basically the chase ends somewhere somewhere down the street. The chase ends. I'll turn the rain off. There we go. Turn the rain off. There we go. So basically speaking, while that's going on, you guys. So what are you doing with this bomb while they're doing the chase?
Made it safe. Now we're going to come up with a cunning plan of how to plant it at the hot dog factory, innit?
Can I have, and this can be from all three of you down there, repair or electronics checks, please? Your choice.
Sorry, coming.
That's okay.
Try and I'd like to, unless they, since they seem to have plans for the explosives themselves, I guess they'll let them have that. But I'll look for the serial numbers on the electronic bits.
No problem. So, yeah, it's interesting actually. Pardon me. 4's good enough. 4's a success. Give you your money back.
Oh, okay.
Don't forget, 4 is a success. Unless of course, unless you.
I thought you ramped up the difficulty there.
No. I will, as a rule, tell you, to be honest, because I think it's. I think you need to know whether you're succeeding or not, as such, if that makes sense. The only time I won't is if there's things that you don't necessarily know about at the time. So yeah, basically speaking, obviously, Aki and Donahue, your use of electronics will give you slightly more insight into it. But Beulah, I mean, the whole thing about it was a bit struck you as a bit easy, if that makes sense. I mean, yes, it was a bomb. But it's not very well made. There weren't any booby traps or anything like that, and it didn't seem very secure. And all things considered, the 3D thing, it was, it was a bit amateur, and not the type of, bomb you'd expect from, in at this level of high stakes, as it were. So,
I don't know, from a hot dog, maybe.
Maybe you underestimate us, but also we've got a camera up on the roof. Who delivered it?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? I shall bring the rest of the party back, and you can. Well, it was. It came. Well, that's a point. That's. I think everyone is. I think all of you are back on the map there. From your perspective, the map was the map. The delivery. It came as part of the standard food delivery. Mr. Nakazumi signed for it as per usual. It was delivered by the normal delivery guy, and Mr. Nakazumi says it was the same guy that always comes. He didn't have any reason. He always waves them downstairs because they come so often. It's just it's a company called Food Snacks, and they
the tablet he thought was unusual, didn't he?
Well, it's just a case of what happened. He does find that unusual, but. That's a bit strange, but obviously that isn't what you'd expect from a delivery. So, but he did recognise the guy that delivered it, as he looked like the normal guy and everything else. But he does thank each and every one of you for yet again protecting his business, and obviously he does offer you
free ramen.
Free ramen for basically for the rest of the month, and yes, indeed, you worked. I think as a group, you all work together as a team there, and I'm going to basically say that you each get an advance, and also, I'm awarding each of you for successfully defending the ramen store without question and hesitation, and being quite informative about how you'll put people down when they come back, and they did, and you did exactly that, and you disarmed the bomb. You're also each being awarded a point of conviction.
Does that mean?
Sorry.
So what does that mean?
Conviction. You know what conviction is? Yes. You could conviction. You could spend it. You keep them until they're spent, and when you spend a point of conviction, you literally just drag it into the chat window as if it was a Benny, and it will give you a D6 on all trait rolls until the start of your next round, at which case you can choose to spend a Benny to keep your conviction running. So basically it gives you an additional d6 on top of your roll. And if you played the original Deadlands Reloaded, it's the same as a red or blue fate chip. It's an additional d6 you add to your roll for every trait roll you roll, and damage roll, I believe, as well.
Okay. Just quite good.
It's quite nice to have a point of conviction, yes. But as well, you also get some advances, so I shall.
Yeah, so the question I was going to ask was, obviously because the bomb get put in the building, I wonder if somebody was dumb enough to try and download data from the recorder at the same time, because it would have triggered the camera, film whoever was doing it, because they were downloading wirelessly. So as soon as that network connection gets made, the idea is the camera would start filming.
That's what Mogwai set up, wasn't it?
Aye, so the frames and the time image on the camera should match the access log file on the recorder. So you correlate the two of them, and then you get a photograph of anybody's nearby at that time.
Well, indeed, that was Mogwai's plan, wasn't it? I seem to recall. So you know where the camera is hidden downstairs, and if you when you check it, you can see it is showing that it has taken a picture, and therefore you deduce that someone has downloaded the data from the bug that's down there.
Someone has dismantled the bug.
Well, the plan that Mogwai and the others came up with at the time was that you were uploading spurious rubbish data and conversations that had no relevance to the bug, and then set up a camera to catch who was accessing the data.
Yeah, the bug was bugged, so when you access it, it's pictures.
Yeah.
So is it still working, or?
So who's the picture of?
Well, that's the bit of the problem you have, you see, because unfortunately Mogwai was hyper paranoid, so he basically is he rigged it up so he's the only one who could access the camera. So you have a picture of whoever it is, but unfortunately without Mogwai, or spending some time.
You needs to crack things code,
or you're going to have to crack his codes.
Crack it. I'm quite good at that stuff.
Well, indeed, but it might take some time, and you might have to get some equipment to do it.
What equipment do I need?
Well, exactly. Maybe it's one of those things that is something that's be happening in the background, and from time to time I'll get you to make the odd roll here and there. And
okay, right. Well, I'm on that one anyway. That's my mission.
Exactly. It's your little side hobby. Maybe I'm just trying to make some interesting side story dramatic reveal later on.
Shh, don't tell us. Don't tell us that you're planning something you haven't thought out yet. We just think you're really a genius until you ruin it all for us. Okay, stop it.
No, I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what's going on this.
Good.
One.
I'm glad that you know exactly what's going on. I don't want to know what's going on. I want to be surprised.
I tell you what, I'm glad Babby Man stepped up there and did a massive healing spell, because my alternative I was going to drug Waif.
Drugger?
Drugger? You're a wrong un.
Oh, what did you? What? So she could ignore.
Yeah, I was going to slap her Sims.
Oh yeah,
data.
Yeah.
Well,
no, it's like artificial nerves of steel, isn't it? It doesn't actually heal you, but it makes you feel a bit better for a bit, so you don't actually suffer your wound penalties.
She would feel really poo for quite a long while afterwards.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that basically I'm going to create a note, and we're going to call it. I'm going to create a new note, and I'm going to make it public. I'm going to call it Mogwai's camera. Okay. And what's going to happen is you're going to have to, obviously between Donahue and Aki, and the two of you can actually work together on it. But basically, he set up some really it's Mogwai, not Mogwai. he did set up some high level encryption on this, and basically what's going to happen is every so often you'll get to make a hacking roll, and one of you can make the roll and the other one can support it. And obviously that will be, the idea is you've got some decryption program going in the background that's just hacking through, and eventually it will break in. And so it's going to be sort of like a prolonged dramatic task, and you're going to need 5 successes. When you get to 5 successes, you will successfully have cracked the encryption, and you'll be able to access the device, because Mogwai was quite highly paranoid when it came to security. So what I will say is you will be out using some of the equipment that Donahue found earlier from the walls, unless he sold it already, which is not a problem because you can obviously source some more. You're able to sort of set up a system, you set something up that can just run in the background, some little AI system. So who wants to basically be the primary hacking roller, and who wants to be the support guy? Because obviously this is the two of you writing the code together.
Donnie, who does?
Okay, so Bueller obviously also has hacking, I believe.
Not yet.
I've got hacking 8, electronics 8, research 8.
Okay, so Bueller is unable to. He might have now. I didn't know if you just bought it with your advance. You see.
I have. I'm going to. I didn't know what to do. How to do that.
Oh right. Well, you literally, if you, by all means, obviously on the advances, just all you need to do is basically. So there's a nice advanced tab. So if you fill that out as you're taking the advances, it'll keep track of what your advances are, so you know what they are. And also it means
no, that's adventure.
It's the one above advances, yeah.
Okay, so just +1. Is that what you?
I must admit I've not used it, so I think So I'd say change that one to a 1 there. So if you can remember what you took originally, pop that in for your first advance, and then what you put for your second advance. If you want to take a new skill, obviously you could basically you want to do a skill advance. You get 2 skill points if they're below the stat. So if you want to learn, and one of those can be learning a new skill. So if you just want to learn a new skill, you literally drag the skill from the skill list and drop it onto your character sheet, and that's one of your 2 skill points spent. And then you can increase any other skill by 1 point as long as it's lower than the attribute it's linked to. In that case, Aki, make your...
dragging the new die type onto the skill die.
All right, so I take hacking, and then I can move it up to a D6, right?
You can't increase the same skill twice. So you can spend 1 skill point to learn hacking, and then you can spend 1 skill point to increase another skill, as long as it's lower. So you could increase your electronics up to D6. For example, or your battle, or your notice, or
no, that's
your
good.
persuasion.
I moved the electronics up to 6.
Yeah, so the way you would write that on your advanced tab is then for advanced number 2, you'd go. All you would put in there is say hacking.
It's advanced number 1, actually, isn't it?
Oh, did you not do your first advance?
I thought this was the first advance.
According to this, is your second.
That's just because I hit plus.
No. If you look on your main traits tab, it says you've got 2 advances.
Plus just brings up the character summary. It doesn't give you an advance.
Yeah.
The DM does the advance. We can't do it.
So I think... Okay, so we'll say that's your hacking and your electronics, wasn't it? Was your first. That means you've got another advance according to this.
Sorry, so should we have 2 advances or 1?
You'll only have
Like
1,
everyone.
I'm afraid. You'll only have
Okay.
1 because you're one behind them, if that makes sense. So you've just got the 1 advance. Brilliant.
So then I can raise scores up, right?
For your second advance, yes, you can always go back again. But obviously, the trick is, conversely, you see, so you can here if you want to increase your hacking to D6, but you can't take your electronics up to D8 because your smarts is stuck at 6. If that makes sense,
Right.
But you could move your notice up, or your shooting, or your stealth, or your battle because they're less than the linked attribute. So then, next time when you advance, you may find your next step might be worth advancing your smarts, and then you can advance your hacking, your smart skills higher, if that makes sense. Or you can spend a whole advance just to increase your hacking higher than your smarts die. That's how it works.
No, that's good. I'm done. So I did the shooting and the
That's absolutely fine. That's no
or shooting and
problem. Yeah. So I must admit, the advanced sheet is very useful because it lets you keep track of what you've done as well, which is very useful when it comes to raising and trait rolls. And if you
should use that. It's really good.
If you're also learning the system, it's a helpful reminder because obviously,
it doesn't fill in the starting stuff for you though, innit? That'd be good.
Yeah.
To type it all in.
I'm not too bothered if you don't fill in the starting stuff so much as the advanced stuff. The starting stuff's nice because it lets you sanity check stuff, as it were. Okay, so Mogwai's Canberra, Aki and Beulah. Actually, you can both do it. So Aki and Beulah, make your hacking rolls to support Donahue. Beulah gets a one success. Aki gets 2 successes. So Donahue, you get a +3 bonus on your first decryption attempt of Mogwai's Canberra. This will be sort of a extended dramatic task. So that's 2 successes because that's the most you can ever get. So
I'll try spending money on that.
You can open 2. The 2 is the best you'll get, so I wouldn't worry too much. You can't. What I'm trying to say is you can't get, when you're doing a dramatic task, you can't get more than 2 successes on a single dice roll, if that makes sense. So, but you're 2/5 of the way through cracking the camera. Well, what will we discover when we find it? I don't know, but I'm sure you'll remember. It's obviously, the idea is it's running in the background, but it's your. So you've actually written the code, but obviously it's a more interesting way to do it in the fact that every so often you get to roll to see how well it's going. Okay, right. Has everyone done their advances?
I have not. No.
That's okay.
Well, I have not because I'm writing adventures.
You're writing adventures? Well, hand them over. I can run them.
well, I just did. You see, sleight of hand.
Anyway, so
check it. Discord.
I wanted to try and find identifiers off the electronics used to make this bomb.
You did indeed. Thank you for reminding me. I do apologise. Make a research roll, please. Because you've got the serial numbers, now you've got to trace them down. Okay, that's looking quite good. Let's see what I can find. I just need to remember my username and password.
Hey, I love that advances. That's beautiful. And the rule.
Yeah, I've done my advance now. Bosh.
Yeah. Okay. So, I'm just seeing what we got. Okay, no, I won't go with that one. No, it won't be that one. So, well, actually, it's quite interesting. The parts. Oh, it does still exist, does it? Wow, I did not know that. Basically, the parts, when you track them down, they seem to be made by a company. They seem to be sort of custom-made parts. Well, I say custom-made, sort of off-the-shelf parts from a company called Radion Shack.
Okay.
And yeah, and it's literally at some point, basically that many years, some enterprising guy, Brad Radion, about 2 decades back, decided that he wanted to. He bought up what was left of the struggling old company of a very similar name, and he basically injected his money into it, slightly rebranded it to take after his name, and yeah, they offer cheap, mass-produced parts for for people to basically want to build their own gear and stuff, and Yeah, as I say, the quality is not very good, but it's cheap and easy to get hold of.
Can we track? Can we track who purchased it, or is it not something they keep on their system?
Well, you may well be able to do so, but you wouldn't be able to do that remote. You'd have to possibly get to one of their shops and start tracking it down. But the key thing I'm trying to say is nobody, no corporate. Well, maybe I won't say they wouldn't, but you know what I mean. If you're looking at somebody, a big corporation or anything like that, you don't expect them to buying parts from Radio Shack, unless of course they're deliberately trying to lead you down a blind alley, if that makes sense. Radio Shack is the type of place, you know, your street level hoodlums would go and get bits for, as it were.
What is this sausage bar? How big is it? This company, is it? The hot dog place.
No one really knows. It just seems to be they seem to be muscling in lately and basically taking over. Well, they're not even seeming to. Basically, they're muscling in and shutting down food industries, but there doesn't appear to be anything opening up after they shut them down. They're muscling in, forcing the people out through protection gigs and all that, and convincing people to sell up. But none of them opened up yet. But there's signs over all of them going, coming soon, Hot Dog Emporium.
Don't care.
So how long have they been up for, though? Months, years?
Sorry?
How long have these shops been empty since they've been muscling in?
The bustling is only started beginning of last month. And sorry, what were you asking, Donahue?
I said I don't really care. They tried to kill me, so that's not acceptable. Radio Shack seems like it'd probably be a waste of time. So let's try hacking you said that their marking places is coming soon, right?
Yes.
All right, let's try going after the real estate side of it and hacking for the information, digging up for the information of who's buying it and backtracking the companies.
Maybe backtracking the companies making those signs.
Yeah, we can hack and research that, can't we?
You certainly can. Let's see, wife should be okay on the fatigue because you'll have time to rest and then recuperate, as it were. Well, that sounds like a good plan. Is how do you wish to proceed with that, and what do the others wish to get up to in the meantime, if anything?
I want to find out who owns the land now. That's the first thing you got to do, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, people can hit. I mean, obviously, there's quite a few of you. You can hit the streets, collect contacts. You can network, socially as well as electronically. So, Aki, I'm afraid you don't find anything. But what about the others? Well, yeah, I know. Babby Man's your face guy. Maybe he should be.
I was going to suggest that me and Babby Man go off and set up a hot dog. How do you set up a hot dog stand?
Well, I imagine you'd have to buy one. So, are you guys deciding to go after the hot dog people?
That's a question you ask in a pub. How do I set up a hot dog stand? You know what I mean? Buy it to get gas bottles, and how do you get that? And how's going to come around and ask for protection money? And
what I'm trying to say here is, if you are deliberately deciding to, what I'm trying to say here is, from a logistic points perspective, are you planning to go after the hot dog people as your next mission? Because then obviously you can start spending logistic points towards doing the mission. Is what I'm trying to say, or is this a side quest, as it were? I'm asking either way. It doesn't matter.
We're after the hot dog pods. They've messed with us 2 weeks in a row now, or 2 days in a row almost, isn't it?
Well, in that case, I would say to get all the equipment required to set up a hot dog stand, supplies, cloves.
No, that's what I mean. We're not actually going to do it. I'm asking how to do it.
Well, obviously, you'd have to go and buy the equipment.
Because I want to know who's going to stop me doing that. And who would I have to pay protection money to? And what neighbourhood am I allowed to do it in?
Well, what I'm trying to say from your perspective, then, obviously, first of all, you've got to buy the equipment. As if you're being a hot dog stand or an actual hot dog premises, because they're subtly different. But obviously, you need to get the equipment. You'll need to get the permits. You'll need to get the health and safety division round. Although out in the Barrens area, that's a little less fluid. And then you'll probably have to pay protection money to whichever gang you've set up on.
And therein lies the rub, you see, because we have to find out which gang to pay off, and by that, we'll find out who the employer of the hot dog men are. You know what I mean?
Well, indeed. Okay. Well,
so who's the gang protecting Mr. Nakasumi, or is that us?
Well, that's an interesting question, actually. I was just thinking the same thing. I suspect. I suspect you got. Judging on how you're treating with the hot dog people, that really is it. So the question I would ask is: have you seen off the local gang, who I haven't actually decided who they are yet, but I will be furiously thinking about it in a minute. Is Mr. Nakazumi paying protection money to him, or are you protecting Mr. Nakazumi from the people offering him protection? That's your choice. I don't mind. I'm asking.
Get Waif to go and speak to her little Ding Chong master as well. She might be able to come up with something useful, or he might have some inside info as well.
Well, here's the thing: if he's paying somebody
I agree.
protection, they're not doing their job. Maybe they've been intimidated.
Exactly.
Not
Yes,
to do
that's the
their
point.
job. If we are that ones, we're doing our job, and we know what we are now. So,
yeah. Well,
in exchange for him allowing us to use his place. We're also,
I'm going to say,
some of us are from the near neighborhood. Like Master Zhang's dojo is just around the corner.
I would say Master Zhang definitely doesn't play protection, and every time someone tries to bring up how dangerous it would be that he doesn't have protection and his dojo might burn down, they sort of walk away with a couple of broken limbs.
I'm going to say Nakamura is paying protection. Because I think most of us are fairly new to the area.
Yeah,
so he's probably been paying preface. No, I'm spending a penny. He has been paying protection. Yes. So that gang's been failing, and we need to bust their asses over it.
Okay, no, I don't disagree. As I say, it was really down to you guys which way you wanted it to go. Because
you might not need to bust their asses, but you might need to find out why they don't protect them. You know, like I said, they could have been paid off by whoever Mr. Hot Dog is to not be around when they come.
That's
or threat. Well,
you know, interest then. But
okay.
I'd say
let's explain protection, people. So protection, if you pay, nothing happens. If you don't pay, something does happen. The person that you pay, the person that don't pay now becomes a thug and rips you up, smashes your place up. It's insurance. If you pay insurance, you have accidents.
Mr. Zhang would know which gang has taken over this local neighborhood because he's within the neighborhood.
Exactly.
But if we want to trace back to the head of the hot dog syndicate, the only other clue we have besides the bomb is that it was delivered through normal deliveries. So we could go talk to the normal delivery company and see who inserted that package, see if there's any way to check who inserted that package into the regular deliveries. Dead silence.
No.
There's several avenues we have here. And in case anybody's wondering why I'm saying all these things too, my advance was to increase my smarts by a die.
That makes sense. I'm personally going to go after their paperwork and financials. You know, if they're renting signs, they got to be paying for the signs, or if they're buying buildings, they got to be paying for the buildings. So I'm going to go after them that way. If you guys want to go after, who dropped off the tablet and stuff in the gang, that's,
So you're going to find out who owns the property, even basically, who owns the land. I failed. I'm out of pennies, so I can't re-roll.
Way to find out.
Owen is going to walk around kind of trying to figure out, okay, who are these hot dog guys? I mean, this sounds like a fairly new crew. So he's going to start asking around, where did they come from? What kind of territory did they run? And basically, he wants a little more background on them, kind of thing.
Okay, so in answer to your questions, the local gang, interesting individuals, the local gang around here, they've been around for a while. You're not entirely sure that why on earth they call themselves this, but they basically go by the name of the Denim Eagle clan. And there's been a bit of a a lot of infighting lately, which may be why they've been slipping. But apparently, the word on the street is they're the new head of the gang. No one knows her real name, but for some reason, she likes to go by the name of Swinging Gatslinger. So who knows why? They're, as I say, they're the
Better than
locals.
Swinging Johnson, I guess.
Indeed. But as I say, not much known about her because she's new on the scene, as it were. Denim Eagle Clan, they got that name because somewhere along the line they have always seen wearing dressed in denim jackets with an eagle on the back for some strange reason.
Not hot dogs.
Not hot dogs. No, that's the local gang. You were asking who was the local support. That's who people pay support to supposedly round here.
Well, most people. Master Jank doesn't.
Does anyone want Babyman's aid in anything?
Yeah, well, you need to use your charms and wooings to.
Well, I was throwing out a heavy hint for a networking rules check.
Yeah, pow,
It was,
Paddy man, go networking. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Leif is very conscious of the fact that she warned those guys that they came back that we would kill them, which we did. But she also told them that we'd also go and hunt down their box and kill him. So that's her agenda.
If not, then Babyman is gonna try to get some land, meaning soil.
Well, obviously, no, you can go out and ask the questions. So, well, okay, we had the research going there. So the research, yep. Oh, right, you were researching Donahue. I forgot. Sorry, I was sorting a couple of things out in the background.
Should I roll research or hacking? Well, I wasn't sure which.
Oh, you did a research. Oh, that was for Radion Shack. Ignore me. Sorry, I'm just getting confused with myself. Then Aki. Sorry, no, you've done your research. I was just looking back all through. Then Merlin went off to get some persuasions, and then Babaman and Pow Pow were off to get some stuff. Merlin, what were you looking up?
Well, like I said, I want to get some information on these hot dog guys. They seem to have kind of sprouted out. Nowhere,
They do seem to have sprouted up. Yes. Okay. Well, the word, as I say, the word on the street is pretty much that. No one exactly knows where they come from. They do seem to be muscling in on the area. There do seem to be people wondering what's going on with the DNB clan, but obviously with the swinging Gatslinger just coming to fore, maybe that will change. But the other thing you did get the raise. The only other thing you got was a name, but you don't know what the name is or the significance of it. But the name is Left Hand. That seems to be the name that comes up when something to do with the hot dogs.
Okay, I will be sure to pass this information along.
And Babyman and Pow Pow, you need to make some rolls to do the same thing.
Well, if Babyman's talking to people, I can assist with intimidation.
No. No, you can't.
Well, it's just standing in the background looking big and mean. That's all.
If we
It's an assist.
if we fail, you might. What if win friends and influence people will know you?
Yeah, Buell is a good intimidator too, but he'll hang back for you.
That's Benny on that. And by the way, it's not a success as a report. We'll just fess up to that.
Because you're letting Babby Man
Yeah.
do the hard work, are you?
Babby Man is doing the talking, not me. It's niche protection.
Okay, that'll be a
Right.
+1 on the
Babby's
Babby
at
Man's
+1.
So +1.
persuasion. Yeah. As you go out and
Okay.
ask questions.
Okay.
Just pass that pipe around, man. People will talk to you.
Okay. Wow. I like it. Right. It would appear that well, after asking around a bit, you don't get too far, but you do discover that you need to talk. They basically you need to talk to is someone by the name of Rollins. He seems to be someone in the know and seems to be somehow connected to the hot dogs in that a couple of occasions he's turned up at places and made the pitch on behalf of the hot dogs and then goes again. He from what Babby Man works out is he has a low-level, sort of cheap and tacky ambulance chaser style lawyer's office on the edge of the Barrens. So the actual name of his business is Rollins. Of his firm is Rollins Law.
Okay. With this, I need to go and rolling elsewhere. So I will catch up with next week.
Okay, no worries. The rest we'll keep you informed. Thanks very much.
Yep. Thanks.
Yeah,
thanks
just
for the session, people.
Aye, so just to clarify what I said
See you,
there,
brother,
to,
man.
I said to Quick, there's
Bye.
two versions of networking, and if you use the intimidation side of it, it's faster. You get more information, but everybody's like fucking terrified of you, and they won't talk to you next week.
He's in the Barrens. He's an NPC. He's male, and he has an organisation, which I haven't existed yet, so I have to save that. It's annoying I can't just add them there. New organisation. I'm getting quite fiddled out on this thing today. Don't forget, if you're trying to keep track of stuff, we've got that Kanko.io site where all the I am trying to keep it as filled and up to date as possible so we can keep track of stuff. Obviously, I'm hoping you guys have got your own notes as well, but that's absolutely fine. The location should be the Barrens and members should be Rollins. There we go. So, what's your plan?
Right. Can I just suggest something? Are you going to use the ice rules? Or is that still baking, or are you abandoned that idea?
No, I haven't necessarily abandoned it, but it depends what you're doing. What's your plans? That's what I'm asking. This is the whole thing. You guys are steering us into interesting and unusual places, and I shall keep up. I hit the ground running, I'm sure. Obviously, if you're planning heists and stuff, great. That's what I'm asking. What are your aims? Then you can work out how you want to tackle it. This is what I'm trying to get at. It's gone very, very quiet. So,
Well, Merlin's thought is we warned these bandits off, and we told them that they need to stop their evil ways. And when they didn't, it became a matter of, okay, we have to protect the innocent, so we need to hunt them down and eliminate them. So whatever steps are necessary to locate them, who their leader is specifically, but locate them in general, is kind of what our next step needs to be.
Well, indeed, and as I say, Babyman got you this link. What I'm trying to say is, Babyman got you this link on Rollins Law, who seems to be their seems to be their lawyer. It would appear.
And then I guess our next step would be to find out more about Mr. Rollins and see, is he working for them voluntarily? Is he their leader? Is he, or is he just somebody else that they've muscled?
Exactly. Sounds like a good plan. So what I'm trying to say is, how do you want to work that one out? As in, obviously, you could just go down there and pay him a visit. But this, see, exactly. All I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to be obtuse here. I'm literally saying, you've got some information. What do you want to do with it? Because then I can take it from there.
Oh, I understand. I'm just trying to get somebody else involved because this is not necessarily Merlin's best area.
Eula wants to go and meet this attorney.
Mm.
Give him the shock club treatment.
Go and
Big
visit.
wants to intimidate someone.
Maybe we could hack into their computer first. So we get within things, see if there's anything on there, and or we could hack them at the same time as someone small and friendly like Queeg goes in and goes, "Hello, I've come to talk to you about."
Quig is, we're not going to stop Quig getting in there because Quig is seriously upset by the fact that the Raymond shop's been, and I'm not going to tell him he can't do it. He's going to. No, I think nobody's going to argue with him.
We can hack him while Queeg distracts them. Find out as much information as we can through intimidation and hacking and persuasion and everything else. Get to the bottom of Rollins' involvement.
Okay.
And like I said, the first thing I'm doing is I'm checking out like the paperwork and the financials on these hot dog guys for their signs and businesses they're buying and stuff like that.
Sounds good to me.
We can support him on that, I suppose.
Go for it.
It's research again, isn't it?
It would be, yeah. That'll be a +1.
It won't make a lot of difference. I'd rolled a 9 on that research earlier.
You did indeed. That makes it a 10. So as you say, it doesn't make any difference. You do pull up a list of a couple of locations, and one of them is it was a pizza place just a couple of blocks over. It was called Ramadan Pizza. They closed and sold up last week. In fact, about the same time about the same time that you guys fought off the others, they shut up shop.
Ah. So we need to find out who used to own that and find out what happened to it.
I'm not worried about what happened to them. Like I said, I'm trying to find out if they're buying businesses, somebody had to pay, and that's what I'm looking for is, who's writing the checks for these buildings, businesses, that kind of thing.
Rule 1, follow the money.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to follow, is trying to follow the money.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from. Sorry, I'm just trying to... This is winding me up now. Why won't you do what I want? I'm giving up on this guy. I was just going to have to stand there like that, which is really annoying. Give me a second. That'll do. Into the booth we go, and into.
Although Donoghue's chasing the money, he's not doing that socially. He's doing that on.
Yeah,
He's doing that
exactly.
through
Yeah,
databases.
he's doing that. He's doing it that electronically. Yeah. So right, I'm going to say
So-
for that one, you're going. Well, yeah. Well, I've got a plan for that one. That's fine. Well,
Whereas the rest of us are trying to do it socially. That's what I said about who do I talk to set up a bird shop? Because surely I'm going to eventually meet them face to face, or other.
Okie dokie. I'm just sorting a few things out. You're going in multiple directions. I can't cope. I will cope. Okay. Yeah, that'll do. So, Bert's, we're going on the money. So you're going to go. You did. I thought you were going out finding stuff out. You want to go and find out how you're making the stuff as well now, do you? You want to go and set up. You want to ask the questions about the.
You're trying to do it so you can attract attention.
Yeah, that's what it is. You know what I mean? We've got no intention of actually doing the thing. It's just
Attract
No, I know. I
You
gather
can't
that.
open up a hot dog business. Yeah, and see if anyone starts giving them crap.
Right. Okay. So what you're able to find out is, well, actually, the transactions do appear to go through Rollins Law. So you suspect you're going to actually find out what happened to the money after that, because the money, it seemed to be a perfectly legitimate purchase, but the money was transferred via an account at Rollins Law. So that's as far as the money trail leads. As to, well, basically, if you try to set up a business round here, the first, you'll have to buy the equipment, you'll have to get the permit set up, you'll have to talk to, you'll have to bribe an official to get a health and safety voucher for your business, and you'll have to play off the Denim Eagle clan is the only information you get back on what would happen about setting up a business when you ask along those lines. So that's that's the answer you get back about how you set up a business. No one has basically come to tell you can't do it. So maybe the problem is, of course, is until you're on their radar having done it, you know what I mean. There's no one's going to actually stop you doing it, because they'll probably want to muscle in after you've started. Possibly, who knows? But you don't.
Right.
know.
So you get two choices. You can either raid the lawyer's office, or you can go and find the gang, find out where they live, and then raid their place. I'm sure we would like to ask them personal questions and getting close and personal.
In the meantime, I don't need this map anymore, so I can just open it up and delete all the painting layers, and they are all gone. And then delete all those, and then delete the drawing layers, which gives me everything I need.
It's not so much going in multiple directions. It's all happened simultaneously. So we've got somebody in cyberspace and somebody in meat space.
I know. I understand completely where you're
And
coming from.
lots of camera cuts and crazy music.
I completely understand. Sorry, I'm doing 5 things at once because I had a plan, and then obviously I'm not complaining with the way you've taken it. It's more interesting than my plan, so I'm desperately just trying. I had an idea. I had a plan for the next thing, and you sidestepped me slightly. So I'm on the back foot and desperately trying to set things up that I thought I had a little more time to set up. So that's not a problem. What you do also manage to find is a snapshot of Rollins, the lawyer.
Rollins is a lawyer with a suitcase and he's an orc.
He's an orc lawyer. He's an orc lawyer. Yes. But that you do find that
it's not a suitcase.
it's more brief. Yeah, I meant briefcase. Thank you.
It's no suitcase.
But yeah, in fact, you do actually find basically when you see that because that Mr. Nakazumi says, yes, I remember him. Slimy fellow turned up here with a couple of heavies standing outside and tried to buy the business up. Was sort of most disturbed and upset when I turned him down. This was 2 weeks back.
So that's the Muppet we're after.
That's the lawyer.
Say, I've got ramen dripping from my chin as I'm saying this. This is in my beard. I'm eating like a hungry dwarf. Yeah.
Right. So, I say that's a mugshot you pull up from one of the security cam. From the security, you get that from his security when you investigate. You're doing the electronic investigation of what's the word I'm looking for?
Rollins Law.
No, actually, the Ramadan pizza place. That's where you find you're able to. You get security footage of him going in as part of that. So there you go. So yeah, you've got basically you potentially got two points of interest. You could either, let's face it, you can either go through the rigmarole of setting up a business and waiting for them to pay a visit on you, or you can go and pay a visit to him direct, as it were.
Oh, the plan was never to set up a business. The plan was just to ask how to set up a business.
Yeah,
because
I know.
Then you have to. People have to approach me and tell me, and I know who they are then.
Well, exactly, but all you get back, unfortunately, is the legitimate stuff, because obviously you get
we know the gang.
Mm-hmm. You don't get anyone coming in to saying you can't set up a business. It doesn't seem to work like that. That's the strange thing. It's almost like they want you to set it up, and then they want to come and take it over.
So it's go and visit him or go and visit the gang.
In fact, I will take a common knowledge check off you if Pal relays that to anybody. Pal, you can make one, and anyone you tell the tale about, you can make a common knowledge check.
I tell them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tell them I'm the pet, not the brains.
Mm.
Yeah, that's fairly typical bandit behavior. They wait for you to get established, and then they come in and take it all over. That way, the expense of setting up is yours.
Exactly.
And the years.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the point I was about to make. But you not only made the role, you actually pointed it out to. Yeah, exactly that. They're not going to. As far as you can work out, there is no problem at all to setting up a business. But once you've got it up and running and it's making money, that seems to be when they come a calling.
I will let everybody else know that looks like the money is passing through a law firm called Roland's Law. And I'd like to make a nighttime visit if there's anyone that's good at less than legal entering.
That sounds like a good plan, and if anyone has any idea where the hell I can find a map of a law office, I'll be very impressed, because I can't. I've been desperately trying to find one. I'll have to make one up. So we may, I know we're a bit early, but I may stop it there because for that very reason, so I can actually give it some justice and work out some security, and you can plan and proper. Once I've worked out how the law firm works, you can work out how you're going to get into it, if that makes sense. So I think we'll call it a bit early there, if that's okay with you guys, unless there's any other questions or lines of inquiry you want to go down, and. Don't forget. Actually, we won't be running. We've got a 1 week break, I'm afraid, so we won't be back for Sprawlrunners till the 25th. As I've got don't have to. I'm running Savage Pathfinder next week for Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, FG Con's coming up. So
there's more people. There's more spaces in there still.
Just about to check. Last time I checked, there was 3 spaces left.
Yeah, that's what it was last time I checked, but every time I tried to check this morning, I'm getting a system error.
Yeah, I think I just got that. Yeah, actually, Dark Wizard has cast a spell on confounding our database. Yeah, so it looks like it's down. So, logically speaking, there are 3 spaces left at FGCon, so if you want a Sunday role-playing fix next week, it will be Savage Pathfinder. As I say, there's 3 slots left, because obviously this one was just done through FGCon. Originally, I was going to run Sprawlrunners on the Sunday and FGCon on the Saturday, but I was told I really want, it was taken a dim view that basically I should actually be celebrating my birthday with my family rather than sitting online and playing computer games. So
on Saturday.
Isn't that celebrated?
Well, that was my idea. Well, we were still in. Well, the thing was, when I made that decision, we were still in lockdown, and then just after that, the slightly rolling back is occurring. So, going to a outside location with members of other households it will be allowed in theory, but from tomorrow, tomorrow. So
Hopefully back to some normality tomorrow, because I was at work last week and I think I had
We're opening too.
4 customers all week.
So so basically that's that's the actual reason for the change. I had to roll it into the Sunday, which unfortunately meant I had to drop Sprawlrunners. So sorry about that, guys, but I hope you're enjoying it. I'm having a blast, and you're definitely keeping me on my toes, and I like that. And I think and
you're going to cut.
So we're finished with Sprawlrunners, you said, or
no, not forever.
Taking a break for 1 week.
1 week and 1 week only.
You can sign up for Sunday. It's,
So what I'm trying to say is,
Sprawlrunners.
because I can't run Sprawlrunners, much as I'd like to try, it would be an interesting challenge. I don't think I could run Sprawlrunners and Pathfinder at the same time.
Buy another Fantasy Grounds Ultimate license, set up another PC. You can do DM in 2 different games at the same time.
Well, I can actually do that.
I see. So you're doing the con thing next week.
Yes, but yeah, exactly. Only for next Sunday. So we're back on Sprawlrunners on the 25th. There are, apart from the fact the FGCon website is currently down, there are 3. Last time I looked, I have 3 slots left for 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock on next Sunday for Savage Pathfinder. Note, this is Savage Pathfinder, not the new unreleased Pathfinder for Savage Worlds. This is the last time I'm going to run my version of it, to say goodbye to it, as it were. And then the Sunday the 25th, we're back the normal time for Sprawlrunners. I'm not cancelling this early, not after we just got it going and we got a nice party.
Nice.
So, thanks so much. But obviously, any questions or things you want? Oh, thank you very much. The corporate, Actually, I've got that corporate office map. I may well end up using that one, but I like the I like the other one as well. Is this a lawyer raft? Oh, rolling hand. I like it.
Thanks so much, man. That was
That's
great.
okay. No worries.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
You're most welcome. See you on the 25th or next Sunday, or that's it. Next Sunday.
I'll see you next Sunday.
A Sunday week. I mean, thanks so much, guys. I'll speak to you then. Indeed. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. A slightly interesting one. So they knocked me sideways when they decided to. What I was hoping would be an interesting side quest became the main quest, but that's not a problem. So join us on the 25th for when we return to Sprawlrunners, when they go to visit Rollins Law and see if they can find out who the left hand of the hot dog gang is. In the meantime, as I say, next Sunday I'll be running Sprawlrunners. Sprawlrunners, Savage Pathfinder. I'm getting tired here. Thanks so much, guys.